All right, cool. So now we live, man. All right, what's going on, YouTube? Trying to get this lighting good. I'm in a different part of the room. Shit, look at that, man. God, dog. All right. So anyway, man, what's going on? 55.
What's up, y'all? What's going on,
Yeah.
man?
Uh, yeah. Same thing. Enjoying this Sunday. Ain't got to worry about going to no meeting, listening to no spiritual bullshit.
Right, basically,
Yeah,
get to
yeah,
enjoy
exactly,
yourself,
man.
sit down, and watch some football, man. If
Yeah,
you're into
yeah,
that,
yeah,
or the
exactly.
NBA, because you know that
Yeah,
the
yeah.
NBA is
Oh
still
yeah,
going
yeah.
on.
Oh yeah, it is, huh? Yeah, he pushed it back. Yeah, wait November. It should have been a new season by
Right.
now. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. All right,
Yeah.
y'all gonna
Well,
go.
the Lakers in there. I don't know who else gonna make it.
Oh yeah, I think they gonna win, man. They pretty
Yeah,
good.
they are. You already know they are.
Yeah, anywhere LeBron go, he know the
Right.
politics of the game. So you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Anyway, man, let's get into this, man. I'm gonna go in my room because yeah, the lighting in here is bad. So yeah, but anyway, go ahead, man. Take it off. Take it off. Yeah,
Yeah.
what you?
What's up, everybody? Again, just pretty much picking up where we left off with last time. I want to just touch on a few things that woke me up. I want to touch on a few things that hopefully will wake other people up. And some of the things that woke me up to the Jehovah's Witness organization being false is the New World Translation Bible and its corruption, and the false doctrines that they changed their Bible to fit. Um, I want to also talk about the faithful and discreet slave, how that's also actually a false doctrine. Then again, I kind of touched on the last time, but I want to also talk about the future of Watchtower, the future of JW.org. I want to talk about the future of this organization because right now it's in free fall. You know, a lot of people are leaving, they're losing a lot of members, and they're not growing, they're not gaining any members. So
Mm-hmm.
where would they go from here? That's why I want to take some time to talk about what I think, what I believe would be the future of the Watchtower. And I just want to talk about what I believe now, because a lot of people who don't believe in the Watchtower anymore, once they leave, they have different beliefs and they go different directions. But I want to discuss what I believe now, since I don't believe in the Watchtower anymore. And then we can just have some fun, man, and just talk about random stuff. And I want to talk about beard tips for men that want to grow beards that left Jehovah Witness and some other topics after that. And then we just go from there, man. That's pretty much it.
Oh, all right, cool. Okay, what's going on? TW. Yeah, you talking about football? FW friends. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, the Rams. All right, so yeah, so you want to talk about the corruption of the New World Translation? Let's start with that, man. How many editions of
Well,
the new? How
it's
many editions of New World Translation have they had? Going back, way back to the
oh man, at least I want to say at least three,
three. I know they had
at
a
least
brown
three. Yeah.
one, a green one.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, at least three of them.
Yeah, I think they
Yeah.
had at least three. The last one came out in 2013. I was at that annual meeting
Oh yeah, I was too.
in
Yep.
2013 when they released that last gray one. The
Mhm.
the last one that came out in 2013.
Yeah,
But like
yeah,
I was
yeah.
saying, Jumanji, I don't even read that Bible no more, man.
Mhm.
I don't use the New World Translation no more
Yeah.
because once I researched it and found out and compared it, basically to other Bibles, I saw that this is it's a faulty Bible translation. Like I wouldn't even call that a translation. That's like an abomination if you ask me. Because
Uh-huh.
it is because it's so much stuff that's changed in it, and it's so many scriptures that they took out of it because they had to basically like the Watchtower had to come up with their own Bible, to keep people
Mm.
indoctrinated.
Yeah. So the abomination translation.
That's
Yep.
all it is, man.
Yeah, that's
And
all it is. Yeah.
of course, we know about John 1:1. That's everybody knows about that. How they changed that to a
Mhm.
God. But see, it's a
Mhm.
reason why they changed that. You know, they changed that to lessen who Jesus Christ is. You know, like basically to take away from the deity of Jesus Christ. That's why they did that.
Hmm.
And now getting into the New World Translation Bible, that Bible actually has an origin in the occult, and it's a lot of videos on YouTube that you can
Hmm.
look up. You know that will pretty much prove this, and this is where I got the information from. But it was a man. Now remember this name. It was a man that was named Johannes Greber. He
Hmm.
was a Catholic priest, and he became somebody who stopped being a Catholic priest and got into the occult. He started getting
Mm.
into spiritism, and this man claimed to be having the ability to communicate with spirits. Now he thought these spirits were good. He never said that these spirits were evil spirits or demons, but that's what they were. Because usually, to people unknown, if you're communicating with a spirit, it's not going to usually tell you that it's evil. It's going to trick you. So he was claiming to be communicating with spirits and things like that. And what happened, Johannes Greber, he came out with his own Bible translation.
Hmm.
I believe it was called the New Testament. But this man, he was a Catholic priest. This man had came out with his own translation of the Bible called the New Testament that he claimed he got inspired to him through spirits from God.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
he also wrote other books too. He also wrote other books. I think one of the other books he wrote was called Communication with the Spirit Realm, where he had a book where he basically detailed how to get in contact with spirits and how to talk to them and how to get revelations through spirits. He had a whole book on the occult explaining how like to get in contact and basically how to channel spirits. And now I'm not bringing this up for no reason. The
Hmm.
reason why I'm bringing on this all this up is because this is what the Watchtower organization was doing behind closed doors. So
Hmm.
this is what I want to touch on a little bit. Look up Johannes Greber. He was a German. He was from Germany.
Hmm.
That name and that man is very important because this man had a huge hand in basically the design of the New World Translation Bible. Now,
Mm.
long story short, Johannes Greber, his Bible that he translated, from the power of communication with spirits, and also the other books he had about contacting spirits and communication with spirits.
Hmm.
The Watchtower got in contact with him, and they were asking him how, they were asking about his Bible, and like they were asking about how he like, contacted spirits and all this type of stuff. So the Watchtower started communicating with this man, and they asked for his book. They asked him for his books. They asked him for his Bible, and they asked him how to communicate. They asked him like how to communicate with spirits, and asked him for that book, and he gave it to him. And they started researching it. Now, if you look at Johannes Greber's Bible translation in John 1:1, it reads the exact same way it does in the New World Translation Bible. And those are like one of the only three Bibles that read John 1:1 like that, where it says the word was a God. What does that tell you right there?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. It's
what does that
interesting.
tell you? One of the only other Bible translations, I forgot the name of it, but I think it's one more. But it was also somebody who was a spiritist. But the one of the main places that the Watchtower got their basically influence from to translate the New World Translation is Johannes Greber. And if you look at his Bible, John 1:1 reads the same way it does in New World Translation. They got that from him, where it says the word was a God instead of God. That came from
Okay.
a spirit medium.
Okay. So how do they call it a translation if it's copied from an English? Was that an English Bible? Was his new translation an English Bible?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it was in English. Yeah, I mean, I haven't
Uh,
read it, but I read about it. But like, I mean, I don't. want to read it to see it, and but yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I researched it. Yeah, so I'm
Okay,
not sure, but I'm sure it
yeah.
probably was.
Okay, so how is it a translation if it's copied from English to English? Wouldn't the translation be from another language to English? It seems like it
Yeah,
should. Seems
uh,
like should have been. Seems like should have been called a version. New World Version, like
yeah,
a version of this.
yeah. That would
Yeah,
make more sense, or
yeah, it made more sense. Yeah, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they, because it seems like if they called it a translation, they just copied it from
right,
somebody else and put it where, like thought for
yeah,
thought. And yeah, that's kind of janky.
right. Now,
Yeah.
now the reason why I want to bring that up too about the New World Translation Bible and how its influence was basically coming from somebody who practiced spiritism,
Hmm.
because the Watchtower looked to this man for other books that he had wrote on how to communicate or channel spirits. Now, see, this is what I'm
Well, I think
saying,
his wife.
everybody.
Well, his wife wasn't his wife. Was his wife was spirit? Because hey, what's going on, House
Yeah,
of Shango and Southern Boss Lake? Because I think who said that? TW said his wife was a spirit medium.
yeah.
And
I mean,
yeah.
they both went into that. His wife was a medium, but you know, I mean, they both went into spiritism,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
his wife was like basically channeling, and he was doing the same thing. Now, see, think about it, everybody. Think about it, everybody. This is why decades ago, and I want to say this was back in like the 19. Don't quote me, but all this was going on back in like the 1950s. You know, like back when like the first New World Translation was pretty much coming out. The Watchtower organization were dealing with this man who was basically, you know, talking to demons, and they were trying to, you know, they would get information from him about translating the Bible. This is how the New World Translation came out. But
Huh.
also it's
You.
this is around the time they started talking about all this channeling and stuff.
Huh.
They were talking about God's channel back then a lot too. Because I looked at a
Interesting.
lot of the old literature. Now they were saying that for a reason. You got to put the puzzle together. They were saying that they're God's channel and all this other stuff and God's mouthpiece because they were channeling something. They were channeling the spirits. They were
Hmm.
involved in the occult.
Hmm.
Now it's
Okay.
just that they thought that they were channeling, I guess, good spirits, but they were channeling spirits. Why do you think the Watchtower has so many doctrines and so
Hmm.
many weird teachings that didn't come true?
Hmm.
That's because they were channeling it. They were getting those doctrines and those books and those teachings from demons.
Yeah.
That's
I
why
mean,
most of it none of it came true.
well, I mean, yeah. If you, well, if you praying to God and He's not giving you, I gotta go somewhere else. He probably was
Right.
praying to God to give him, and none came, so he had to go somewhere else. Because he was, Russell was using the pyramids as a measurement or something, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, yeah, that's stupid. But you know what's interesting though about Johannes Greber? I'm looking up this dude right now. Johannes Greber, he's born in 1874. You know what else is interesting about that year, 1874, with Jehovah's Witness?
Uh huh.
That's the year they said Jesus would come back,
Right.
or the Watchtower. So 1874, when they originally, not 1914,
Uh
1874 was
huh.
the original date that they said he would return to Earth. And interesting, that's when Johannes Greber was born.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, that's just a side. I was just looking this guy up as you was talking. I was looking him up, um, some information about him. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, anybody listen to this or no down the road on the chat, look up Johannes Greber and his connection to the Watchtower. You'll see a lot of interesting stuff.
Hmm.
Because like I mentioned, the other book he wrote, the other book he wrote was talking about how to get in contact with the spirit realm. The Watchtower, like the governing body or whatever it was back then. I don't think they had a governing body back then. But anyway, like
Yeah.
the people, the leaders of the Watchtower, they were in close contact with this man, and he was giving them books on how to like talk to spirits and stuff. It's documented.
Hmm.
So that's why, like I
Uh-oh.
just said, that's why the Watchtower was always calling themselves the channel. That they were channeling the stuff from information they got from this man and his wife.
Yeah. 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 And I mean, channel. I mean, if you, I mean, Have you ever read in the Bible any of God's people channeling anything? I never read anywhere in the Bible anybody
I
channeling
have,
nothing. Who? Yeah,
I
who's
have,
that?
but whenever they did, they was channeling a demon.
Okay,
King
okay.
Saul, King Saul in the Bible, he channeled Samuel.
Well,
Well, at
no,
least he
that's not.
thought
No, that's not. No, it's
what he
not. Hold on, let me see.
thought was Samuel, but that was actually a demon.
Yeah. Okay.
Remember, I forgot what Bible book is saying, but King Saul, he was in distress and he had went to this witch. I think she was called the Witch of Endor, and
Hmm.
he had went to her because she was a channeler, and he went to her to get her to channel, Samuel. But of course,
Uh-huh.
it wasn't Samuel. Remember that what she channeled, it
Okay.
wasn't him. It was actually a
Yeah. Yeah.
demon. It was a demon that she channeled that was calling himself Samuel.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
the only place in the Bible where you see that is somebody speaking to what? A demon. It's
Yeah.
just a
Okay.
demon that's lying.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm saying that channeling basically means a spirit takes over a person's body.
Right.
Um. Yeah. What he was doing was communicating with a spirit. So like it's a spirit get in your body. It speak through your body. So yeah.
Yeah.
So okay. So Sam, you said Saul was using channeling, but it was a demon. So I mean, like when anytime a prophet, anybody else spoke to God or got anything, was they channeling anything?
No, it
Yeah,
was
that's what I'm saying.
God was talking to
Yeah,
them through an angel, or
yeah,
God was usually talking to them like through like an angel.
yeah. So I mean, Joe Wynn is gonna come out and say, "Oh, we the channel." I mean, yeah, the channel. That's not even in the dog. That word is not even in the doggone Bible. Like they come up
No,
with
it's not.
these silly things. Yeah, that's
It's
crazy,
not. That's
man.
an occult. I mean
Mhm,
that's an occult. That's an occult word.
mhm.
Channel was like a spiritism and occult term anyway. I don't even know why they even would use that. They should at
Yeah, I
least
don't
try
either.
to change the name of it.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, we only channel. Like, okay, you the doggone channel. Let me
Right.
change the channel. I don't like what's on this. I don't like what's on this channel. Let me change it.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, somebody said there were three, and then I think they just updated the new one, the gray one. I think they just updated that right now recently. They made it to like a study Bible or something, but it's digital. It's not even hard. It might be hard copy, but they updated it also again. They revised it again.
Yeah, I'm not about to read it, bro. I already read it enough. I know it ain't true.
Hmm.
T.W. Johannes Greber was a Catholic priest turned spiritist who translated the New Testament with help of God's spirits. So those were demons. They were speaking to demons. T.W. exactly right. Southern boss lady. Hey, everybody, this is going to be very interesting. I hope
Yeah.
so. The Watchtower wrote about being God's channel. They do say they are the only channel.
Hmm.
Well, they're saying that for a reason. Like I just said, they are the channel of basic spiritism. That's why they have so many doctrine and teaching that didn't come true. But now I want
Hmm.
to talk about the faithful and the street slave,
Hmm.
because this is actually another doctrine of the Watchtower. Now,
Hmm.
if you look at Matthew chapter 24, I'm not about to get too deep into it to read it, but like, that's like a passage of a bunch of illustrations or
Yeah. Yeah.
parables that,
Hmm.
and by the way, the Watchtower only picks out one of them,
Hmm.
to try to promote themselves. They pick out that one parable of the faithful slave.
Hmm.
Now, first of all, I'm gonna say this: the New World Translation. This is why I don't read the New World Translation that anymore again, because the New World Translation Bible is the only Bible that words that verse this way. The New World Translation Bible says, "Who really is the faithful and discreet slave,
Hmm.
whom the master has appointed."
Hmm.
Again, the New World Translation says, "Who really is the faithful and discreet slave who
Yeah.
was appointed."
D. D. Like
That's the
definite.
that's
Like
the
a
only
definite. Yeah.
that's the
Like.
only Bible translation that says that.
Hmm. Yeah.
Think think about that. They changed that, and it's proven that they changed that to the. Every
Hmm.
other Bible translation says who really is a faithful and discreet slave.
Yeah. Or actually, some say steward. Some
Right.
didn't use slave. They use steward, and which is kind of like different. It's a different whole different thing. Slave and
Yeah.
steward is two different things. Yeah.
Yeah. But the most important thing is that they changed the from A,
Mm-hmm.
because when they changed it to thee, that made it seem like it's only a certain group. But
Mm-hmm.
Jesus was talking to every Christian who was faithful, not a certain group of men. That's why they had to change that. Because like the King James version says, "Who really is a faithful slave?"
Oh,
See,
you breaking up? Yeah, you breaking up?
oh, okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I hear you now.
Okay, but yeah, like I was saying, every other Bible translation says, "Who really is a faithful slave?" The New
Mm-hmm.
World Translation says, "Who really is the faithful slave?" So they try to claim like
Mm-hmm.
some kind of like special affiliation with a slave is basically identifies that as them as the slave. So that's one
Okay.
thing that's a false doctrine. And like I
Yeah.
was saying, the New World Translation has been corrupted to fit Watchtower doctrine. And
Yeah.
Matthew,
But
the faithful. Uh,
okay. Yeah, I'm saying that. Okay, now when will a faithful? When will those who show themselves to be faithful and discreet? When will they be identified? Right now,
uh,
according to Matthew
well,
25. According to
well, I
Matthew,
mean,
when did he say they would be identified? When he
we
returns, right?
know,
No, I'm saying
we,
when he returns, when Jesus returns,
yeah,
then he'll identify who they are. So
right,
according to Watchtower, Jesus has returned invisibly, but
right,
during Armageddon or the Great Tribulation, according to it is that's when he comes and takes account of everything and after he judges, according to Matthew, that's when the faithful slave and the evil slave were identified. So they're overstepping their bounds and stepping over as called himself faithful slave, and the Bible just say that's when they're gonna be picked up right now.
right,
Yeah.
right. Plus, yeah, on top of that, they say that Jesus returned in 1914, as we know, and they say that he
Mm-hmm.
appointed the faithful slave 4 years later in 1918,
Mm-hmm.
which is absurd when you think about it. Because I mean, for one, Jesus, when he come back, he's not gonna come back invisibly. We
Mm-hmm.
already kind of touched on that a few times. When he comes back, it says every eye will see him. So he's not gonna come back invisibly for one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And second of all, why would he appoint the watchtower as faithful slave? Well, they claim in their publications that, he appointed the watchtower as faithful slave because of their spiritual food. No, y'all were actually teaching the same stuff everybody else was teaching.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Y'all was teaching the same stuff everybody else was saying, and it was racist. The Watchtower was
Mm-hmm.
a racist organization. They say that black people were inferior.
Mm-hmm.
The Watchtower was actually teaching that the white race was the Aryan white race was superior to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So that they were teaching racism, they were teaching segregation, they were celebrating birthdays, they were
Mm-hmm.
worshiping the cross, they were
Mm-hmm.
worshiping Jesus. The old literature had crosses all on it. They were celebrating Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the spiritual food that was so special. Like y'all was just doing
Huh.
everything everybody else was doing.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
So yeah,
When you
yeah,
look at the
yeah,
history, like
yeah,
y'all
yeah,
y'all wasn't standing out from nobody. So why
yeah,
why why would he pick y'all if y'all was doing what everybody else was doing, being
yeah.
racist,
uh,
worshiping the cross, celebrating the Christmas? Y'all were doing everything everybody else was doing.
Everything else, and then also in 1919, there was no Jehovah's Witnesses. They were called Bible students.
Right.
So Jehovah did. They doctrine is true. He didn't pick what's now Jehovah. He picked the Bible students, which left after Rutherford. After Rutherford became president, the Bible students left. You know what I'm saying? They split off. So I mean, they're the real apostates from whoever the faithful slave was. If Joe Witness is true, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
In 1931, they changed their whole doggone name. So they're named the same organization that Jesus seen in 1919 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? If I had a time machine, go back 1919 today, it's like this not even the same thing. So Jesus didn't pick you guys today. He picked something different that you guys
Right.
apostatize from. Yeah.
And one of the most important things, everybody, how could Jesus appoint the faithful slave and then it changes? Think
Mm-hmm.
about that. Think about that.
Yeah.
When the
Yeah.
faithful, when Jesus supposedly appointed the faithful and discreet slave in 1918 and 1919, That faithful in the street slave was Charles Russell. It was just him. At first,
Mm-hmm.
they were just saying it was
Yeah.
him. Charles Taze Russell, the founder of the Bible students. In the beginning, he
Mm-hmm.
was claiming to be the faithful in the street slave.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay,
Exactly.
down the road, way down the road, the faithful and the street slave changed between all these different people. Then I think they were
Oh
saying,
yes, exactly.
see, then I think they were saying,
Mhm.
see, I'm gonna go from the beginning. In the beginning,
Exactly, Melvin. Yep.
1919, Charles Taze Russell by himself, that one man was a faithful and discreet slave. Then down throughout the decades, it kept changing. Rutherford was a faithful slave. Then what they started saying the anointed, the 144,000 was a faithful and
Mm-hmm.
discreet slave.
Yep.
Then after that, they were saying that for a long time up actually till recently. Then
Yeah,
they
yeah.
changed it again to no, just the governing body is faithful
Just
and
the
discreet slave.
governing damn body.
Okay, here's
Yeah.
my thing, man.
Yeah.
Here's my thing, man. Jesus appointed the faithful and discreet slave. So why does it keep changing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought he
Yeah.
appointed the faithful and discreet slave. Why has it changed to like three, four different things?
Yeah. 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 And who keep changing it? Jesus come back again and keep
That's what I'm
changing it.
saying.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Did Jesus change it, or y'all just changing? Or y'all just
Yeah.
saying
Y'all
stuff?
keep changing. Yeah. Jesus picked
Right.
them, and then y'all keep changing them. So he
Right.
was
Exactly.
Russell
So
Rutherford.
that don't make sense to me.
Yeah. He went. So okay. So the favorite slave went from one to another one to 144,000
Right.
down to eight. Yeah.
It like, and then something else too for those who know about Jehovah's Witnesses and grew up in it or whatever. That doctrine teaches that in order for the great crowd to have survival, it's dependent that they associate with the faithful and discreet slave and have basically be a part of the watchtower, because the only way that anybody can gain salvation now, the only way you can survive Armageddon, you have to be associated with the faithful and discreet slave. But hold on though, hold on. Y'all don't even know who the faithful and discreet slave is, because at first, y'all were saying the faithful and discreet slave is the 144,000, and then y'all started saying that basically you don't know who is a part of the 144,000, because they were saying that, well, some people that partake of the emblems might be mentally diseased,
Mm,
or people who are misguided. So basically, you telling me that my salvation is based on unknown people who I can't tell if they're part of the anointed or not. How does that make any
mm,
sense? See, now think about it,
exactly.
Jumanji. Think about it, everybody. They started realizing this. It's like Watchtower was dumb, and they realize how dumb they are down the road when they try to change stuff to make themselves look smart. Because
But
I
they no
always thought that. I'm like, how?
they
Huh?
no they brilliantly they brilliant but dumb at the same time. It's like you how you you brilliant but you dumb because like you so brilliant you can convince other people that you smart. Go
Right,
ahead.
but I was always like, I was thinking about this years ago. I was like, hold on, how was our salvation based on being connected to the 144,000 when we don't have no proof or no knowledge of who the 144,000 are? If that was the case, y'all should have their names documented. We should know all who anointed are and how many left on earth. But every year
well,
the
what
yearbook, uh huh.
well what scripture is that your salvation is based on that? What scripture they use to get these food? I mean, not fools.
Oh, it's a
What
lot of
scripture they have
them.
to use these sheeple to believe that?
It's a lot of them that they use to say that. But I mean, that's not true, because it's just something else that they corrupted. I
Yeah,
can't
no, but I'm
remember
saying like
offhand. Mhm.
how do they get? Because I kind of when I was in there, I'm trying to go back to when I was in. How did I view the faithful slave? And
Yeah,
I mean, the elders stick to that tightly, but I know one scripture was the Christ brothers. If you do it to the least of these brothers, that's one of them they used.
yeah,
Yeah, but I mean, if a witness read the whole New Testament, they'll see that there's no salvation anyone besides Jesus. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
exactly.
I'm just going according to what the Bible say, plain and simple. Before there was any Jehovah's Witness to interpret or give you their new light, anybody
Yeah,
who a 5-year-old could read that and see all that. You don't have to be associated with no faithful slave. you just be associated with Jesus. So I'm just saying like, wow,
Yeah.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. They bamboozled us to think that, oh man, we some great people.
Yeah, I don't have the scriptures offhand. So somebody probably put it in the chat, but
Yeah, yeah.
there's a scripture in Zechariah. I remember they always use saying that in the final days people will grab onto the skirt of a Jew and say, "I
Oh
want to
yeah,
go." You you
yeah,
you you, you,
yeah,
you,
yeah,
you
yeah,
y'all remember that scripture?
yeah, yeah. All the
That was
inkhorn.
always
Hey, remember the inkhorn? They had a whole song about the inkhorn.
yeah. I remember all that
Yeah,
stuff, but it was
yeah.
like it was certain scriptures that they chose to like pick and choose to like
Hmm.
try to like make it like you got to be connected to the anointed if you're part of the great crowd
Hmm.
to survive.
Hmm.
Which
And
is all just nonsense and just
it
crazy
is
stuff
it
in the end of the
it
day.
is because I mean, and that's the thing because they don't read the context, but then we want to go, you want to go to people's doors and tell people they need to read the context.
Right.
We're not reading the context. You read the context, any Zechariah, anything. That's
Right.
specifically speaking to the Jewish people or the Hebrew nation. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was not looking forward to no time in New York, no 8-man New York. Like it's like
Right.
that's ludicrous, as Mike Tyson. That's very ludicrous that they would speak of some way in New York. These people talking about Jewish people at that time. You know what
Right.
I'm
Exactly. Exactly.
saying?
And something else that always bothered me was the yearbook. See, it's the reason for anybody that was a witness. It's the reason why they stopped making the yearbook. They
Mm-hmm.
stopped making the yearbook for like two reasons. Two
Hmm.
main reasons. The two main reasons why they stopped making the yearbook is because their numbers are declining so bad, and also because the memorial partakers are going up and up.
Huh.
So think
Wow.
about it. The people that are supposed to be anointed, how are those numbers going up every year, and then their numbers are declining so bad because the yearbook is a report on the year. So it's called a yearbook. So in the
Yeah.
yearbook, they always show the numbers, the growth,
Mm-hmm.
the field service hours, the baptized people, the anointed numbers.
Hmm.
See that stopped making the yearbook like 5 years ago because those numbers were so just bad. That's why they just stopped making it.
Okay,
They,
so
they, they
hold on,
did. I
hold
remember
on,
when they
hold
did. I
on,
don't know why they stopped
hold
making the
on for a
yearbook.
minute. Wait, hold on for a minute. So when you got the yearbook, that's the only thing you didn't read the experiences or nothing. Come on, brother, you never
No,
read the
I'm gonna tell
experiences.
you what I did.
Oh,
I'm gonna tell you what I did. I used to always do this. I used to always do this before they stopped actually making the actual book.
uh-huh.
I used to always do this. Whenever a new yearbook came, I used to grab it and I used to flip to the back. I think it was like in
Yeah.
the back
Okay,
of it,
I'm
like
I'm
on the
listening.
last.
Keep going. I'm listening.
Yeah, I think it was like on the back of it, like the last few pages. That's where it had like the memorial partakers and all the numbers, the growth, the baptized, all that stuff. That's the only thing I used to look at.
So,
But see, it's the reason. Like I'm saying, it's the reason. It's a reason why they stopped printing them. That they stopped printing
yeah.
the yearbook because their numbers are declining so bad. They don't want nobody to see it.
Interesting. So let's be real though. Those okay, I know they had the numbers in there. 'Cause I used to when I get to you, but I used to read some of the experience and stuff. 'Cause I wanted to see what Joe is going through. But speaking of that, man, and I don't want to cut you. I want to change the subject, but you think some of those experiences was really true? Like, do you think they added exaggerate some of that stuff in there?
Of course they did. I mean,
Yeah,
they exaggerate a lot of stuff, man.
yeah, yeah. But you
I
ever
mean,
you ever
some
read a
of it might have been true.
yeah.
TW African brothers walk 500 miles each way to weekly meetings,
Yeah,
bitten by
yeah, exactly.
bitten by
God
snakes and
dog.
cobras. One one brother got eaten by an anaconda in Brazil on the
And Jehovah
way on the
saved
way
him.
to the assembly.
Yeah, exactly. God, dog. Them stories used to be off the hook, man. But
Yeah.
you know what you'll never read in a yearbook?
What's that?
A governing body going out door to door and being persecuted.
Man, they should have had they They should have had Toni Morrison there in the yearbook buying all that liquor in that store that was on that video.
Uh-huh.
If they would have showed that, I'd have been believing them. Like,
Yeah,
man,
yeah, yeah.
at least y'all show the L's y'all take.
Yeah,
I'd have been
exactly.
respecting them more. They were showing that. It should have
Yeah.
been a yearbook showing them that card of alcohol.
Yeah, yeah. Or the commission in Australia. They showed that too. Yeah. Put one specific on it.
Oh,
Everything
I
else.
forgot about that.
Yeah, yeah.
Thanks, man. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah.
That's
So
another
what
reason. That's another reason why they stopped making the yearbook, because
mm-hmm.
the yearbook's supposed to be full of experiences and
Mm-hmm.
anything affecting the organization. They stopped
Mm-hmm.
making the yearbook too because they don't want to talk about all the legal issues that they have.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yep.
Yep, that's
Mm-hmm.
why they stopped making it too.
Mm-hmm. And also, I mean, when you think about the printing and stuff, that saves money on paper too. Also, I mean, it's saving money. They cutting down on costs also. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Yeah. So I mean, even the Kingdom Halls, the electric bills and things like that. I think it helps save with the Kingdom Hall too, with the Zoom and stuff. I don't know how I don't know who's financing the Zoom membership, but everything is to cut costs out. Everything is cut
Right,
costs. And so and cut costs to help with their lawyer fees, but also to make sure they well fed at the end when they can just
right,
up and disappear. The governing body.
right. Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
TW, the elders are still afraid of the circuit overseers. I was an elder. I was an elder for like a little over 4 years. And yeah,
Mhm.
whenever the circuit overseer was coming, we had to all act phony, like and act like we cared about people who we really didn't
Mhm.
care about, and none of us
Mhm.
really wanted to be there.
Yeah,
So
that parking
yeah,
lot. That parking
TW,
lot was full,
the
man.
elders still be scared of the circuit overseer, and
Mhm.
they should call it the truth right now. I like that. You see
Yeah,
that
yeah,
say, well, that should just call the truth right now because it's gonna
yeah. The
change.
truth now.
That's
The
right.
truth at the
I am
moment.
verbal, right?
Yeah, yeah. Truth. The truth at the present moment. Yeah, and a little footnote. Yeah, yeah.
One African brother was eaten by a whale. Oh my God,
Yeah. Hey, wait. Do they got whales in Africa?
I don't think they do. I
Yeah. What whale was that?
I don't, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that circuit.
I
I
could be
remember with the
wrong.
circuit. Yeah, I mean, I was circuit overseer. When he used to come, man, that parking lot used to be full, man. When he wasn't there,
Right,
like, I mean, the meetings used to be like not too full. Circuit overseer
right,
come, everybody there 15 minutes early. Didn't know where to park. We had to park down the
right,
doggone street. I'm like, man, who is this
right.
guy? You know what I'm saying? I don't think Jesus would get that much honor.
Nah, basically that's just showing fear of man. Like,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I remember those days. I mean, I was around for a long time, man. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
remember that, man. Like the circuit officer coming, everybody on the field service. The field service group be like 50 people. On a
Mm-hmm.
regular week, it might be like you lucky if it's just 4 people come out.
Yeah. Yeah,
This
yeah,
circuit
exactly.
officer come, it's like half the hall that field service. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
come on, man. I mean,
Yeah,
it's just so
exactly.
phony. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it is phony.
And
Yeah.
then it
They
just
even
say
get
some.
yeah,
Go ahead.
they give him green handshakes too. I mean, dude be stacking up
All
on
the
money too.
time,
Yeah.
all the time, all
Yep.
the time. So it's
Mm-hmm.
just basically the organization is just full of idolatry, man.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it
It's just
is.
it's just
Yeah.
fear of man, idolatry. They worship the governing body, which is
Mm-hmm.
idolatry, because those are
Yeah.
men who put themselves who basically nominated themselves as a faithful discreet slave, put
Mm-hmm.
themselves in a Jesus position. Basically the governing body replaced Jesus. They
Mm-hmm.
did.
Yeah.
They did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Like
Yeah, I would agree. I
they
would have to agree
basically
on that.
literally replaced. They basically literally replaced Jesus with themselves. That's basically what they
Mm-hmm.
did.
Yeah, yeah. I would agree with that. You know what I'm saying? If he's on the throne, check this out. If Jesus on the throne, them 8 knuckleheads are sitting on his lap because they in front of him.
Right.
They put themselves in front of him. Like you focus more on the governing body than you do on him. Your
Right.
salvation is related to you believing in them more than Jesus. They doing more now for the kingdom. I mean that purple book that came out with God's Kingdom Rule.
Yeah.
That was more about the
I got
governing.
that book.
Yeah, but that was more about the governing body than God's kingdom. I'm like, wait a minute,
It
this ain't
was.
wait, this whole book is about the governing body.
Right. That book
Yeah.
was like a watered down. It started out like the first half of that book The first half of that book is like a watered down version of their history, which
Yeah,
they
yeah.
left out everything that make them look
e-
bad.
Exactly.
No, talk about it. No, if you're
Yeah,
gonna talk
yeah.
about your history, talk about your history. Charles
Exactly. Talk
Taze
about it.
Russell. Charles
Yeah.
Taze Russell was a racist. Charles Taze Russell was a white supremacist. Charles
Mhm.
Taze Russell, like I said earlier, Charles Taze Russell was saying, and no, he wasn't just saying, he was saying this in the literature.
Mhm.
Charles
Yeah.
Taze Russell was saying this in writing in the literature in the book. He was saying this in their books.
Mhm.
He was saying that the white race is superior to all other races.
Mhm.
Charles Taze Russell was saying this in the Watchtower. Charles Taze Russell was saying that the Aryan race has more favor from God than every other race. Charles Taze
Yeah.
Russell was saying, no, he was saying this in their literature.
Yeah.
He was saying that the white race is more blessed by God. He was
Yeah.
saying that Charles Taze Russell taught that. Charles Taze Russell taught that the black race, he called them Negroes,
Mhm.
which is talking to us. Charles Taze Russell came out with a book and a magazine. Charles Taze Russell taught that the Negroes or the blacks, as he called them, were descendants of Canaan and that they were a cursed race. That's why
Mhm.
slavery. That's why slavery. Charles says Russell taught that slavery happened because blacks are a cursed race and they're descendants of Canaan.
It's crazy.
He was saying this in literature he wrote.
Yeah, that's crazy. And
That's
he
what he
used
was
the dang
saying.
he and he, and he
That's what they were teaching.
and he used the doggone Bible too. Huh? Didn't he say
Yeah.
something like? Didn't he say something like, "Ain't nothing more happier than a Negro that's working or something"?
He
Ain't
was
nothing happier than
saying
Negro.
he
Yeah,
was
ain't
saying
nothing
worse
happier than
stuff. He was
yeah,
saying worse stuff than that. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah,
He was saying all
yeah,
kind of stuff like that.
yeah. That's
But
crazy, man. Yeah, ain't
that's
nothing happier
that's
than
what
Negro China shoes. Yeah.
look, those first watchtowers or the literature that was coming out, and this man's supposed to be the faithful and discreet slave, mind you. This man's supposed to be the faithful and discreet slave appointed by Jesus Christ.
Mhm.
And he was calling other races people inferior and saying white people
Mhm.
were this and that better. That this is the faithful and discreet slave, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's the
But
stuff
no,
that they
no,
were
no.
saying back
No, wait,
then.
no, no. According to Joe is now, the favorite slave didn't come out till after he died, like 1919. That's when they was appointed. So it's like,
Right.
yeah, they wasn't even there during his time. Wasn't no favorite slave during his time. You know what I'm saying? Yes, yeah. Russell and them. Yeah, that was a thing at that time. Though. I mean,
Right.
I don't think you could think of any wealthy Caucasian that didn't have those thinking, as Charles Russell or anything else. You know what I'm saying? That was the thing at the time. But a bunch of Negroes still rushing to get to the hall, and they were segregated. You know what I'm saying? They
Right. Yeah.
read this stuff back
That's
then, and say,
another
oh
thing.
yeah, yeah, we some good old Negroes, boss. What's
Right.
wrong, boss? Is we sick, Russell? What's wrong, Russell? You sick? Is we sick, Russell? You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
That's
Yeah.
another thing. The halls, the kingdom halls, and everything was segregated just like everything
Mm-hmm.
else. And like
Yeah.
the Watchtower organization actually agreed and supported segregation too.
Mm-hmm.
They did, and
Exactly. Yeah.
a lot of the old magazines they actually supported segregation and basically
Yeah.
racism. And
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
talking about not. I'm talking about back in the
Mm-hmm.
civil rights type of era.
Mm-hmm.
They supported segregation. They were for it.
Yeah.
They supported racism. Like they supported all that stuff, man.
Hmm. Well, the drama too. I also remember the drama. They had to segregate the theater because they said, "Oh,
Right.
we don't want to offend the world. We don't want to offend the world by letting them see the black people in here. So let the black people have their
Right.
own movie thing." You know what I'm saying? That's like crazy, man. If you
Right. For that
guys, if
photo, you talking about for that photo drama creation
Yeah,
that
that
Charles.
photo drama.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Right.
okay, but here's the hypocrisy though. You
Yeah.
guys worry about the world not wanting to come see your thing, but you wasn't worried about the world when y'all was out there in Nazi Germany doing stuff that offended the world and got
Right.
these witnesses killed. You more worried about somebody not come seeing your movie than you are about the lies out there that offending
Right.
them. You know what I'm saying? That's
Right.
hypocrisy. Yeah.
Stuff like that. Stuff like that is just like it should turn you off when you look at it. 'Cause I mean, the history of the Watchtower is actually full of racism and white supremacy. It really is. And something else too. Even to this day now, because the people that pretty much run most of it is, I mean, I'm just gonna say what it is. It's Western white men. It's
Hmm.
European white men or a white
Mm-hmm.
man. That's who basically the governing body is, and that's who runs the writing department and all that stuff. That's why
Mm-hmm.
if you still watch those horrible conventions like I do, unfortunately, and I watch them not to learn because I can't learn nothing from Watchtower. Watchtower can't teach me nothing I don't know, and most stuff they're teaching is lies anyway. So I don't watch it to
Mm-hmm.
learn anything. I
Mm-hmm.
watch it to critique it. So I did watch the last conventions for the last couple of years. But anyway, that's why if you watch the Watchtower and the information they put out in those videos, it's always racially biased. You can see racism just in the videos they put out. Like if you notice this, whenever they depict a black woman, she's always in distress. She's always single with kids. Don't have no mate, and she always struggling. Now, whenever they depict like some white people, they always got a big old house. They drive around like in the Benz. You know what I'm saying? They drive around the Lexuses, big old 8 bedroom house. You know what I'm saying? They got girls that they got kids that look like models. You know what I mean? They husband, like the white sister husband, like working this big job, making all this money, and it's almost like, oh, don't let this job and all this money distract you from Jehovah. But whenever they portray like a black, but nah, I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it real, bro. I'm just keeping it real.
Yeah, yeah.
When then
What do you?
when that's like how they JW videos that show like the white people or like the Chinese people. Like
Mm-hmm.
then if you look at it throughout the years, whenever they show like a black person on there acting, it's always like woe was me. They show them like in the ghetto. It's always
Hmm.
like some single black woman with like 2 kids and she ain't got no man. She
Hmm.
like she like riding on the subway, like getting like mugged. Like she like getting like robbed on the subway or getting like on the bus trying to go to work. I'm just like, huh? I'm like, no, I'm just looking at it. I'm like, they keep. I'm like, okay, it's a pattern. No, I'm
Yeah.
not talking about 1 or 2 times. Like every time they show a video, that's how they show. That's how
Hmm.
they show it. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, see, that's racism. That's
Mm-hmm.
racism.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
that
yeah.
that's like subliminal. That's like subliminal like racism when
Mm-hmm.
when you look at it. It
Yeah, yeah.
really is. And that
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
started to bother me, man. I'm like that started
Yeah.
bothering me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The
It
propaganda, you know what I'm
did.
saying?
Like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
that that started bothering me years ago. And I was like, how come every time, like they came out with a whole video where the Chinese people and whenever they show other people, they always have all this money and like nice
Yeah.
houses. But whenever they show the black
So
people, they're always poor and always sad. You know what I mean?
so you think okay, when they go to a meeting on Wednesday, they're supposed to have a meeting on Wednesday, right? You think Samuel Hurd has to go in last? You think what do you think
I
they
don't
how you
know.
think they treat Sam how you think they treat Samuel Hurd? Like do they have like a
Mm.
seat reserved? Like do they subliminally show this man he's inferior? You think they do that like when they open the door, he's first, but Jeffrey Jackson hold his hand out and say wait here and all the other 7 go in? You think they do that?
Nah, they just make him go to a liquor store.
Yeah, yeah,
He like from now on, he well from now on you doing all the liquor runs because we already got 20 more us already done got called. So from now on, you got us to go
yeah,
to the
yeah,
liquor
you gotta
store.
do look at stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, you think what like do you think they asked him like some like Joe Wynn is like some Kingdom Hall in some areas there's majority black like Kingdom Halls, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so like in certain neighborhoods, like I remember like in you go to hoods or something, like majority of Kingdom Hall, majority of people in there is black. You think
Right.
they asked Samuel Hurd? So Samuel Hurd, what do you the reports are coming back. Is that like a cultural thing? You know how they act like black people, like we representative of everybody. You think they asked Samuel Hurd like as far as like certain black halls? You think I'm joking, but I'm saying like could you imagine asking Samuel Hurd, Samuel Hurd, is that something that we do? Like,
Right.
yeah. All right.
Man.
Well, anyway, man. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Go ahead, man. I'm just joking, man. I'm just messing around,
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah.
nah, I hear you. I hear you. But that's the I was looking at some of these comments Look at that, some of the crazy stuff that they were saying. Right, yeah. Southern Boss said they always like show like the black sisters like cleaning the bathroom with like two like nappy head kids.
Oh, shit.
But like but like it'd be like a Chinese woman like you know what I mean? Like going to the bank like a like a Lexus truck, like dropping off like money, and that'd be like her distraction.
Hmm.
The inspiration that is.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
So that's that
Yeah.
subliminal. That's just subliminal signs of racism, man. Like that
Hmm.
just goes to show you that this not run by God. I mean, this organization is run by white males, and unfortunately, you know, I guess
Well, what I
this is
can't,
what it is, man. They had
okay.
prejudices and biases.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can say what I can say as far as the racism. I'm not too sure about the videos or anything because I mean I've seen them put like downtrodden white people in certain of those videos and things like that too. What I can say is anytime they present angels, they present them as white. Anytime they
Yeah,
present demons, they put a darker shade to them. That's one of the things I would notice um when it came to the kind of subliminal racism, but anything else as a thing, I never really paid too much attention to that. Um,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
yeah,
that's it. That's interesting, man. Yeah, I was trying to
yeah, man. Because like I say, I still watch like they little propaganda videos, and that's kind of this conversation is kind of leading to what I want to talk about next. I want to talk about the future of watchtower, and
yeah,
it's a reason why they're coming out with all these videos, you know, in the first place,
yeah,
because that's their future. Uh, the decline of watchtower. First of all, the watchtower is losing so many members because most of the congregations are mostly old people. I think I touched on this before. Most of the halls are old people, and you know they're dying. And when they're dying, they're not replacing them with anybody. So that means it's an
yeah.
empty hall there that got to be sold. That's why, like in 2015, nah, that was more. When was that? I think they started doing it. Yeah, I think like 2 years ago. In like
Yeah.
2017, in like 2017 or 2018, that's when they started. Basically, they had a big meeting where they got together, like the people that run the watchtower, and no, not the governing body. They don't run watchtower. The
Hmm.
people that like the people that actually run the corporation and the people that actually collect and count the money,
Hmm.
and that's not the governing body. Like the people that actually run the organization, they got together and they had probably this huge meeting over a couple of months, and they was like, "Look, we losing people. We're not growing.
Hmm.
Door to door is not bringing people in here. The field service is not bringing people in here. That's why they came out with that card idea. They can't. Then first it started with the card. They're like, look, man, ain't nobody at home that we can try to brainwash, or they
Hmm.
are at home and they're not coming to the door. So
Hmm.
look, we got a plan. That's when they came out with the cart witnessing. That came out in like 2015. They started putting the
Hmm.
carts out there.
Yeah.
Then after
Hmm.
that, that wasn't doing nothing. They said, okay, we're not growing from that. You know, most of these halls are like 90% old people and they dying. All their
Hmm.
kids been left the truth like 20 years ago and they trying to come back. So these halls are like, 70% empty.
Hmm.
So they was like, okay, that's when they started like merging the congregations. And they was having like whole assembly videos. They was having a
Hmm.
whole assembly videos about like why we merging the congregations. And they tried to lie. They sit up here doing us lying, man. Just keep it real. I don't
Yeah.
understand why somebody from God can't keep it real. Y'all claim to be God's spokesman. Well, why you lying? If you're
Yeah. Yeah.
God's
Yeah.
spokesman, you got
Yeah. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
God's spokesman come out with a video saying, "Look, we not growing. We finna sell half y'all stuff so we can keep our money. Just come out and keep it
Hmm.
real.
Yeah. 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 Keep it.
Don't be
Yeah. Keep
like,
it real.
yeah, don't be like, yeah, we got to consolidate these congregations and make y'all go to a hall an hour away, you know,
Hmm.
just,
Yeah.
just because it's just a thing Jehovah wants you to do. No, I guess we like, look, we got to sell y'all hall because we need some money. because we losing
Yeah.
members and we're not getting no
Hmm.
donations for anybody coming in here. Like they just
Yeah,
tell the
yeah.
truth.
Yeah, just tell the truth. Yeah, to keep it real. If you the truth, tell the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Ain't no lies in the truth. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no lies in the truth.
right,
So yeah, just keep it real, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep it real with the members, and then because it's the truth always whatever's in the dark gonna come to the light. You know what I'm saying? And,
right.
but I guess they do this damage control where they'll tell you slyly before, so it's kind of like the 8 Mile factor where they tell you, 8 Mile Eminem talked about himself before anybody else could. They'll do
Yeah,
that, they'll do that. They'll do the 8 Mile effect where they'll tell about themselves before anybody was kissed. They say, "Oh, we said that already." Yeah, you said that, but then you went right back into the your propaganda stuff about how great you guys are.
right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
Exactly, exactly. So the
Hmm.
future, since there's no growth, is actually nothing but decline throughout this organization. So what I believe they're gonna do, I think that they're gonna sell like the majority of the Kingdom Halls and like that big, properties like Assembly Halls and stuff like that. I
Hmm.
think that they're gonna start selling all that stuff off.
Okay.
They're gonna pocket the money. And I already mentioned the movie studio. Like it's like it's a movie production studio that they already have some, of course, because they're making all these convention videos. So they already have movie studios. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. They're building a humongous, like Hollywood style movie studio out there in New York too.
Damn.
So you got to think, why are they doing that? You
Yeah.
got to
Why
think,
they?
why are they doing this? They're doing this
Why
because
are they
they're
doing?
moving in a direction. They're moving in a direction where all they're gonna do in the future is just like make movies and videos and just basically be like televangelists, be on TV. So that's
Mm.
the future of Watchtower because they know, like I said, it's not growing. Nobody's coming in there. I mean, they didn't prepare for the age of the internet. Like anybody can look up anything now. Like it's too hard. It's too
Mm.
hard to indoctrinate people now. Like
Yeah.
back in the back in the six, man, back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, you can
Hmm.
walk into somebody with a book and be like, "Man, the world for the end."
Hmm. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Back in
Yeah.
the back back
Yeah.
back in like 1965, I would come
Hmm.
on to you with some weird book and be like, "Man, Jumanji, you gonna die if you don't come here, man. The angels gonna come down here and kill you with a boulder and some
Yeah.
fireballs. There's
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
building gonna fall on your house, man. You need to come to the
Uh-huh.
hall, man. You'd be like, oh snap, let me read that. But like
Yeah, yeah.
now, like this day and age, if I go to you like, man, bro, world from the end, man, great tribulation, dude, what kind of phone you got?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got an Android.
Right. I mean, you can pull out whatever phone you got,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
go to
yeah.
Google and be like,
Uh-huh.
whatever I say, type it in. It's gonna be like, man,
Hmm.
they're crazy. It's gonna be
Yeah,
like,
I
yeah,
know.
crazy
Hey,
people saying it
yeah,
gets
but
gonna
hey,
come on your phone.
sometimes it's crazy though. Sometimes I'll be talking and my
Yeah,
phone will like bring up websites. I'm like, I didn't push nothing. The phone to bring it up. It'll like Siri or whoever her name is will say something. I'm like, wait a minute. So I'm like,
yeah,
you just do that at the door when Joe minutes come. Hold that Google thing, and then while they talking, they'll bring up some stuff.
right,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But me personally, man, I don't see it going full blown internet because one of the biggest commodities. I mean, when you have money, money is not the thing to you. I mean, look at Donald Trump, man. This dude's a billionaire. He's not worried
Mm.
about the money. What they crave now is the power. And if you were to put it full blown religion or internet religion, you lose your power because you have no influence. Time equals influence. So if anything, I think they will keep it like what they congregate together and the elders keep track. They'll probably bring the book study back, but I don't think it's gonna go full blown internet. They still need the power. I can't have power just over Skype. You know what I'm saying? I can't have
Well,
power over my kids just
they
over
might not
Skype.
have no choice. They might not have no choice but to Jumanji.
No, they
If
no
it,
they do it. They do it because it's like you can still keep the assembly halls and everybody come. They'll use the excuse of well, the Jews went 3 times a year to the temple. This assembly hall will replace the temple. You guys come every, and then we'll do the book study at people's home. But to put it as like a full blown internet where there's no kingdom halls or anything, they lose their power. You know what I'm saying? Like
they
if I
might. Uh,
say me and my kids, and that I'm trying to dictate them. I'm trying to influence my kids online
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, 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 whatever. After the line go off, they doing what they want to. I need to be in their presence to make sure they doing what I tell them to do. And so that's what the government. They need elders, everybody in the presence to dictate what's going on. I mean, that's just my
I
opinion. I might be
mean,
wrong. I
I
might be
think
wrong, but I just what I think.
they don't care. They don't care about people.
Yeah, yeah,
They don't
yeah, yeah.
care
They,
about us.
yeah, yeah.
They care about
Oh yeah,
money.
most
As
definitely.
long as you here's the thing. Here's the thing. As long as they can keep coming out with indoctrination material that'll keep you brainwashed and to keep you watching them, they can get your money. They can just be like, look,
Mm.
sit down,
So
y'all.
what do you? Okay. So what do
Watch
you
this
think? Like,
video and send us $15 a month. That's all they got to do.
yeah. So what's more? Like, okay, I'll just put it this way. Like, what's more when it comes to money or power? What do you think they crave more as far as the governing body? They crave more money or power?
I think they crave more money.
Huh? Okay. You don't think that if they have power, they can money is a byproduct of the power?
No, I think that they crave more money because they know that they're losing power already. That's the plan. They're
Yeah,
here.
yeah. When you
They
lose
doing all this stuff.
when you lose
They're
power,
doing
you
everything
lose
that they're
money.
doing right. But see, that's why they're trying to hold on to the money factor because they already know that they're losing power. The watchtower, they're not dumb.
Mm-hmm.
They're not dumb. It's like they know that the internet has like basically destroyed them.
Mm-hmm.
So they know that they know that they are losing power, and they know that they can't stop the fact that they're losing power. So
Mm-hmm.
what they're trying to do, that's why they started implementing all these plans to build movie studios. That's why they
Mm-hmm.
came out with JW Broadcasting. That's why they come out with all these assemblies showing all these emotional videos. Before they wasn't doing that. You
Mm-hmm.
know, they're doing that now to try to hold on to the little people that still got there and try to
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
their attention to try to get the last little couple of dimes, nickels and dimes out of them.
Yeah, but I
So
mean,
that,
okay, majority. Okay, I'm saying that the majority of witnesses, I would say, are broke. So I mean, you're not gonna make too much money off them. Main thing you could
nah,
do is keep their time. I think they really value your time because the time is
right,
what shows the influence. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's just my opinion. We can,
yeah,
it's not the big deal. But it just yeah. But the future does not look good for them. Just looking at now, you know what I'm saying. But then again, you know what I'm saying. If we live 10 more years, me and you might have to come back with new light. Like, damn, I didn't know the watchtower was gonna bounce back like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, we gotta come back with new
no,
light.
I don't think in 10 years, in in 10 years, I don't think this religion will even probably barely even be in existence anymore as the way it is now, Jumanji.
Mm,
I think you know
mm-hmm,
what? I give it less than that. I will say this, man. In 5 to 7 years, I think you barely even gonna be seeing like this religion no more.
mm-hmm,
That's what I'm
yeah,
saying. By 10 years from now, I think it's just gonna be like Joel Osteen. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like some like TV preacher, it's just gonna be like just there's. I think in 10 years they're gonna be like on TV.
shit, Joe Osteen. No, I don't think that big.
Yep.
Joe Osteen got millions of members. Joe Osteen, that's a big dude. Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
that you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, it seems like Armageddon is gonna come on a watchtower. That's what Armageddon is. Armageddon is the end of the watchtower, not end of the world. And the Great
Right.
Tribulation is for these government body members to pack up and get ghosts. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Is that the Armageddon is for the watchtower. So when the government body disappear, they're gonna send a notice out and say the Great Tribulation's here. What happened to the
Right.
governing body? Oh, I think they got raptured.
Right.
Why
I
the
mean,
why the other anointed still here?
right. I
Yeah,
mean, it's just that's just something else that don't make sense, man.
yeah, it
It just
doesn't
don't
make
make sense.
sense. Yeah,
Don't make sense,
yeah,
man.
yeah, it doesn't. Yes. So
So
what else
down
you
the
was?
road,
Oh,
the
go ahead.
the these old men, they got sitting in there being a governing body. They're eventually gonna die
Oh
or
yeah, most
get like
definitely.
or get DUIs and get like prison time.
Yeah, most
So
definitely. They getting yeah they getting up there, man. They is
they're gonna
getting
have
up
to
there.
replace them.
Yeah.
And I think probably their future, this what they're gonna do. I think when this governing body you see now, when they die or get too old, they're gonna replace them with like some young people.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna replace them with some young people,
Mm.
and they're gonna be like, these are the governing body helpers, and
Hmm.
those are the people that they're gonna put in that new movie studio that's gonna be in front of you, in front of the watchtower every day. Cause see that they're gonna try to promote young people. They're gonna try to promote like cause basically this whole thing you see now, it's a practice run. It's an
Mm.
experiment.
Mm.
This is just a business. Businesses
Oh
do
yeah.
experiments and
Yeah.
businesses
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
like trials and all that. And they'll
Yeah.
say,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
we trotted the old men out there and said that they're governing body, the faithful slave, and all that garbage. We threw them old men out there. Okay, that nobody really cared too much. So they see that didn't lead to growth, man. Because I grew up in this organization. I was in this organization for 30 years, and I remember when I was younger, nobody do y'all know that decades ago nobody even knew who the governing body was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like I remember back in the day, nobody even they never mentioned their name or nothing. Of
Yeah.
course, it wasn't no broadcasting. You didn't see
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Like back when I was like a teenager, like we didn't even know who the governing body members were.
Yeah. What were they called? Like what they didn't call them they called them something else.
No, they were still called. It was always called the governing body in my lifetime. It was still called the
No, it's
governing body. It's just that they
no,
was more like
no, it's
you didn't
called
know
the
who they
society.
was.
No, no, it's called the society. That's what they was
Yeah,
called. They was called
yeah.
the
I think they
society.
were. I think
Yeah.
they were saying that.
Yeah. They was called society.
Right, but you never like you didn't know who you never saw them. You didn't know their
Yeah.
name or nothing. But
Yeah.
see,
Yeah.
not to see all this stuff started happening recently because this is all an experiment, man. This is all an experiment.
Hmm.
Then up like in 2012 2013, that's when the governing body came out in 2012, 13, all up in everybody's face on TV. That's when they started
Mm-hmm.
doing that. I'm like, what? I'm
Yeah.
like, where did this come from? When I was
Yeah.
coming up, you didn't even know none of these people was who it was.
Yeah. They
Now they
rebrand
all
they
on TV every day.
Yeah, they basically rebranded around that time to
Right,
JW.org because before that it was
right,
Watchtower. I think I forgot the website. It was like they used to have three. They had three different websites, and then they combined them one and made JW.org. And so they pretty
yeah,
much rebranded themselves. I think in 2013. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Everything was JW.org. You have any questions? Go to JW.org. You know what I'm saying? They even like even when baptized witnesses at Christ, they send them JW.org. I'm like, man, fuck a JW.org. I don't want to go to that site. Tell me what you
Right,
know, man. Give me the Bible.org. Like Bible. Can I get the Bible? Can I get a scripture.org? Like, I don't want
right,
no JW.org, man.
right.
Yeah,
What's up?
yeah.
What's up, Zil? What's up, Zilda Devinson?
Yeah. What's
Good to
going on,
have you here.
Zelda? Sid Hill. Yeah, I haven't been looking at the comments. Sid Hill. Southern Boss Lady been going in. She said Southern Boss Lady even said the DUI gonna be their new light. Huh?
Right.
Yeah, that jail cell gonna be their jail cell gonna be their new damn light. they gonna
I'm
be
telling you.
they gonna be passing. You know, it did on Shawshank Redemption, passing cars through the passing notes through the doggone notes through the
Uh,
doggone cell, speaking through the toilet.
right.
Yeah,
Yep.
yep,
When I met Fred France, I was not impressed. Fred France, Fred France was involved in the occult too, but I'll probably get into that later. He was involved in
Fred Prince.
spiritism. He was
Yeah,
one of
Fred
the
Prince. Did he
yeah.
had that little he had that little squeaky voice, didn't he?
He he sounded demonic when he talked to
Yeah,
me.
he
It sounded
did,
like
man.
it sound
Yeah,
to me. Listen to him talk. He sounded demonic talking. I'm like, this man sound like a demon.
I know. It sounded like he had snot or something. He sounded like somebody was holding his nose and like
He
it sounded like
just
he couldn't.
sounded so.
Yeah, it did. He
He
sounded
did.
crazy.
He just sounded so. He just sounded so creepy. Like his
I
voice,
know.
his voice just sounded so scary to me. Man, I'm like, this man seems
I
like he's
know.
like kind of creepy, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Like,
I
dude,
listened to some of his old. He is seemed real creepy to me.
yeah, yeah, yeah. All of them did though, man. All of them they had that
Yeah.
that look in their eyes. Just look in their eyes, man. Their
Yeah,
eyes look.
I'm like, why?
Yeah,
I'm like, why do they look? It's like they just look, they look demonic.
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
It's like
look like some.
they had like something in their eye, like their eye just looked like demonic to me. I mean, it did.
They
I'm
was.
just, man,
They was.
bro. And it's funny that you said that because I always thought that. Like when I
They
look at
were.
old pictures, like anybody look at old pictures of like Rutherford and like Charles S. Russell. I'm like, they just look, they look,
they,
they look, they look demonic, like they
they
possess.
do, they do.
It
They was in,
look like they got like they got like a demon in them. They do.
yeah, they was in that room smoking that.
Man,
was in that room smoking that good.
bro, they do. Especially Rutherford. Like
Yeah, yeah. Oh, you
he
know he
look.
was, man.
Nah, he just
Yeah,
look. It's like he just looked like he looked demonic. Just the look
he
at his
do.
face.
Yeah, yeah. He looked crazy. Even that hairdo he had looked
Mm,
like hair came out his ears and he combed the other side of his head.
right.
Yeah. Yeah, they look weird, man. Something's
They
off
did.
about them. All of them, man. They don't look normal, man. It's like when they first come in young and vibrant, and after a couple
Yeah.
years and got anybody, they come out looking like they doggone mutants or something. Yeah, it's crazy, man. But that's how all Joe Witnesses is, man. They like zombies, man. They come out to Kingdom Hall like they got no expression, man. You know the witnesses, they have no expression, they have no character. They just like
Hmm.
doggone, they like robots, man.
Right.
It's going crazy. Yeah,
Right.
I would
Well,
say
that's
Frank.
what a cult does it to you, man. Being in a cult makes you robotic.
Mm-hmm.
Being indoctrinated and living your life in a cult, it's gonna make you robotic and make you have no emotion. You know, like I got a full
Mm-hmm.
beard. I want to say an experience
Yeah, yeah,
real quick,
yeah,
y'all.
yeah.
Just briefly. I got a full beard right now. Um, yeah, my beard came in nice too. I'm not gonna cut it. This
Yeah, yeah. Why not?
dude at
Why
my
would you?
job. This dude at my job. He a Jehovah's Witness. You know, he know me. We knew each other for a long time. He saw me and saw I had a beard. You know, he came up to me and started yelling at me and was
Yelling you for having a
screaming at
beard?
me. Yeah, he
Yeah,
was
you have
like
a beard?
yelling at me. Huh?
Yelling you for having a beard?
Yeah, he was like going all off. He was like yelling at me at the top of his lungs, like, "What are you
Is that against
doing?"
is that against company policy?
Yeah, Jehovah's Witness men can't have beards.
No, I'm saying at your job, is that against company policy to have a beard?
No, 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 no. The guy I'm talking about, he's a Jehovah's Witness.
Oh, I'm like, man, you better get the fuck out my face, man.
That's what I
Yeah,
told him.
yeah, you have a knuckle sandwich
That's
on
what
your
I
face,
said.
man. Yeah, I'm like
Right.
yeah, shoot, yeah,
He,
you gonna have a beard on, you
he,
have a beard on your, a fist beard on your doggone chin. You better get the fuck out my
right.
face.
He ran up on me and was like, no, he ran up on me like yelling at me, like screaming at
Yeah,
me, like, what are you
hell no,
doing?
hell no.
Like, look, yeah, like all like aggressive. And I was like, look,
Yeah,
man. I was like, first of all, you need to calm down, man. Get up off my face. Cause
yeah, yeah, like
he was getting like close to me. I was like, dude. I was
yeah,
like, I ain't want to like still off, dude.
yeah, like that's none of your business. What? Yeah, I got a beard. What?
And
I
then
mean, what
dude,
you?
I ain't wanna swing on dude and have him on a Zoom meeting like with a black eye. And the others be like, man, brother, why you got a
Yeah,
black
yeah.
eye? I ain't wanna hit him in his nose and have his nose all swollen up there. And he be on a Zoom meeting like,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, man, I got a bad experience today, man.
Yeah, yeah. I went to somebody's door and I went to somebody's door and we had somebody persecute me at the door.
Right. I ain't wanna hit him in his eye like he be on a Zoom meeting like, with an eye patch
Yeah,
on and they be
yeah,
having
yeah.
like a
You,
shepherd call on him, you know what I mean? That's why I was
yeah,
like, dude, man, you chill out, man.
yeah,
But
yeah.
he was
You want to do
basically we
that?
had a
Yeah.
conversation. He was yelling at me. He was like, man, you don't serve Jehovah? What are you doing? Why you got a beard? And I was just like,
Mhm.
man, I was like, what's wrong with having a beard? Like he was like,
Mhm.
no, he was like yelling. He was like yelling he was like screaming on top of his lungs. He was yelling at me like a demon. He was like literally screaming at me. And I was just like, dude, like, okay, Jumanji, you know, has some dude ever came in your face, like
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
to you crazy and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
Yeah.
like and like it's not like overly like finna be a fight, but like your fists automatically start balling up. That ever happened to
Yeah,
you?
yeah, yeah, yeah. You
Like,
get tense.
dude,
That the adrenaline can,
like,
yeah.
uh-huh.
Yeah, the adrenaline start kicking in, man. Your heart start racing like, oh,
Man.
it's about to go down. Yeah, yeah,
Right,
yeah.
like
I know how that is. Yeah,
the way he came in my face, like my fist like started balling up. But
yeah,
anyway,
yeah, 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 yeah.
and he was like,
Yeah.
man, he started talking about argument. He was like, man, the world finna end, and you always doing this. He was like,
Shoot, I'm.
we on the verge of Armageddon. and you out
Oh
here
my God.
leaving Jehovah. He was like, he was like screaming at me, and I'm just looking at dude. He was
I'm
like,
like, okay,
what else
the
he said? He
world is
said something that's crazy.
so the world is about to end. You were about to hear my chin chin chin. Man, like,
Yeah,
dude, people ain't got no job. People, you know, unemployment rate. It's a pandemic right now.
right,
You were about hearing my chin. Man, you better go, man. Go pick,
right. That's what I
go play.
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, go
That's what
play
I
some
was
traffic or
thinking.
something, man. Yeah, don't you
That's
don't
what
you
I
got a
was
return
thinking.
call to
And
get to?
then right, and then I asked him a question. This is what I asked him. I said, why is it wrong for a man to have a beard? I said,
Hmm.
God created a man to have a beard, so why can't I have a beard? And he
Yeah.
paused because they don't have nothing to say. Whenever you answer when it's something that makes sense that
Hmm.
they can't prove, they just look at you like with this dumb stare.
Yeah.
So when
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
asked him that, he stood there and he's just staring at me. I was like, "What's wrong with having a beard? Like,
Hmm.
what?" I said, "What Bible translation do you read that say a man can't have a beard? What Bible
Hmm.
translation is that?" He was just like staring at me, like shaking,
Hmm.
like looking,
Yeah.
looking like I'm crazy. And he was like, "Well, the governing body gives us direction." I said, "Stop." I said, "Hold on." I was like, "The governing body." I said the governing body. The governing body said you can't have a beard. The governing body ain't God. The governing body ain't
Hmm.
writing no. I told him. I said this is a whole conversation. I said the governing body ain't writing no scriptures. He was
Hmm.
like, "You don't follow the governing body?" I said, "No." No, I told him. I said, "No, I don't." I said, I don't believe in the governing body no more. And he was like, "What
Hmm.
do you mean?" And he didn't even check this out. See, this is what I'm saying. I'm bringing this up to say this. A lot of Jehovah's Witnesses don't even know their own beliefs.
Hmm.
Because he, like I said, he brought the governing body up, and I said, I don't believe in that no more. He said, why? I said, because the governing body admitted themselves that they are not inspired. He
Hmm.
said, no, they didn't.
Yeah, that's
What does that tell
crazy.
you?
Wow,
What
that's
does that tell
crazy.
you? He
Yeah.
said, no, they didn't say that. I said, they
Hmm.
did come out and say that they not inspired. And he swore,
Hmm.
no, he swore. He swore
Wow.
up and down I was lying. They didn't say that. And
Wow.
they said that, right? But I'm just saying,
Yeah,
I'm like, man, Joel Winters don't even know their own teaching. Like they did say
that's
that.
crazy. I know.
But like I say, he ain't even
You
know
should
that he
said,
didn't even
brother.
know they said that.
You should said, brother. Have you been going to the meeting lately, brother? I think
Right.
you need to go back to the meeting because yeah, they did say you should have to. Well, I don't know. You got a watchtower, but like, brother, I don't think you've been at the meeting lately.
They said
You
that
know
in
what
the
I'm saying?
broadcast and on the watchtower.
Yeah,
But
yeah. It's like,
but he
dude.
was sitting there like he was sitting there claiming I was lying. That ain't true. I said, yeah, they
Mm-hmm.
did say that. He was, they did say that.
Yeah.
But
I
that's
remember.
all.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah,
remember. I was when I was at the hall. This one I was studying. Like, check this out. I was studying. I wasn't even baptized.
yeah,
This old lady come and pull my beard. Now I don't have a beard. Like right now, what you see right here, this is as
yeah,
long as I let it get, right? Lady come pull my hair on my chin. I'm like, she like pulling it. It's like an old lady, like 60 years old. I'm
yeah.
like, what if I pulled your wig off your head? You know what I'm saying? Like don't pull my hair on my thing. I'm not even baptized. You know what I'm saying? I'm not baptized yet.
Right.
What is you touching me for? You know what
Like
I'm
she was
saying?
doing that to say you need to cut it off or something.
Yeah, cut it off. Yeah. But I was like, I'm not baptized. So I mean, at this point, you're not showing me a good witness. Sister, you're not showing me a
Right.
good witness. I don't
Like
I'm 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 stumbled.
I'm not a Jehovah Witness. That's like
Yeah,
basically you was just like visiting the hall
yeah, yeah. I'm
in a
stumbled.
way because you're not a witness till you get baptized.
Hmm.
So I
Yeah,
mean I think that was very disrespectful. But
yeah,
that's
yeah. It
disrespectful
is
for
disrespectful.
them to do that. Yeah.
It most definitely is. Cause it's just it's a space, and if you don't know me like that, you don't put your hands on people. You know what I'm saying? But she was an old lady, so it's like some old people they know they can get away with stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, bro. I'd have walked up behind her and took her wig off and put it
Yeah,
in the trash.
yeah, yeah. No, I don't. Yeah, I'm not. I'm. Some people don't have. I don't have a heart like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, if I was
Well,
pity, I would put that wig off her head. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up, MTT?
What's up, man? Speaking of worldly, I
what's up,
mean,
y'all?
speaking of worldly, or looking worldly, so to say.
Oh
What's
yeah,
going on,
yeah.
5513? What's going on with you?
I'm good, man. How you doing, MKT? Why
Um,
it sound like lower now?
oh my sound.
Yeah, it's like the sound went down.
Oh sure.
Or is it me? Oh, never mind.
It's like
Mm.
I can barely hear now. It's like the sound went off.
Oh sure.
Hold on, let me try this.
Yeah. Oh,
It's like I can hear, but it just sounds like I can
no,
barely.
low.
It's like a
It might.
whisper, like I can barely hear.
Oh, sure. It might be. It might be the pro. Can you hear me good?
Is your mic on? Is your mic on? MKT?
Oh
No,
yeah. No, he's on.
yeah, mine. I turned mine off. I muted it. But can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear, but like barely. I can hear like a
It
little
must
bit.
be me. Hold on a second.
It might be your thing. I think last time it wasn't showing up. Yeah. Can you hear me good? 55.
Can y'all hear me good now?
Barely. It sounds like just like a whisper. Like I can barely hear it.
So when I go mute, you can hear them good, right?
Nah, it still sounds. I mean, I can still hear, but just not as good as before. But yeah, go ahead, y'all.
I might need to go then.
Yeah. Yeah. You might have to scram, man. You might have to be this fellowship. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's
I'm just
going
trying to
on,
think.
man? What's on your mind?
Oh, just not too much. Just listening in, man. But I just want just to share with y'all. I got a couple of gems in my back pocket, in my closet a little bit. But I just want to know if you ever knew about this. Did you know that Watchtower is not the only organization that taught that Jesus is Michael the Archangel?
Yeah, I did know that. The Seventh Day Adventists also teach that too. Actually, Charles Taze Russell and the Watchtower actually stole that teaching or adopted it from the Seventh Day Adventists.
I'm stuck in a little conundrum because there's a group called the Urantia Foundation. You ever heard of them before?
No, I never heard of that.
Okay. They somebody I think some Jehovah Witness on their website, they hit them up and they was debating about whether or not Jesus is Michael the Archangel, but they've been going along since like 1924 or 1955, but still like their belief still comes from some type of some person was channeling spirits too. I just am curious to know, what things other people know and everything like that. But I think the book is called a Urantia book. That's what it's called.
Okay. Um.
Yeah,
Well.
I'm trying to look for some information on regarding it. Hold on. I used to have, but I lost my I had changed my phone. I lost all my stuff that was
Yeah.
saved on there.
I definitely don't believe that Jesus is Michael the Archangel because
I know you
Jesus
don't.
Jesus
Yeah.
Jesus isn't an angel. Period.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
They
know,
do a lot of
Jesus
stuff too.
Jesus is God. How can he be
Hmm.
an angel? How could a God be an angel?
Well, you
So
see, the way that they
that
put
don't
kind
make
of a
sense.
spin on it, they put kind of a spin on it. And I'm not trying to say that that's the right thing. I'm just a studier of religions and different religions and everything like that, and I just speak up about that's people's perspective. But like, what they believe is that Michael is just like a title. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like there's a bunch of angels in heaven called that go under the title of Michael, and they just believe that he's just another title. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like a group of angels called Michael. You know that's what they believe in. Yeah.
Well, everybody I saw that interacted with Jesus never called him Michael.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
mean,
know.
Yeah.
God never God never called Jesus Michael. The disciples
Hmm.
never called Jesus Michael. The people that he
Mm-hmm.
preached to in the Sermon on the Mount and all them other times never called him Michael. When
Hmm.
Stephen was being killed and saw a vision of Jesus, he didn't he didn't look up there in that vision and call him Michael. He said, "I see
Michael.
Jesus
Yeah.
standing next to the throne." He didn't say,
Yeah.
"Man, I
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
Michael up there." He
Yeah. Yeah.
said it when Stephen was being stoned. He saw a vision before he died. He said, "I see Jesus up there standing next to God right hand." He didn't say, "I see Mike." That's Michael. He didn't. He
Hmm.
called him Jesus,
Yeah.
even in
Yeah.
heaven,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because some people got to spin where they say, "Oh, Jesus' name is Michael when he in heaven." Nah,
Hmm.
like I just said, people saw visions of Jesus in heaven, and they didn't call him Michael. They called him Jesus. They weren't like, "Yeah, that's
Yeah. Yeah.
Michael up there now, y'all."
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
why do you think
You know what I
why
mean?
do you think well why do you think Jehovah's Witnesses put Jesus as Michael? Why do you think they did that?
Honestly, I think that's demonic
Mm.
because they were influenced by evil spirits and demonic forces to do that because the demons You gotta understand something. The demons, they hate Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Evil spirits like Satan, they hate Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
They hate him. And the way that they show that hate is to try to corrupt who he is, and to try to keep people from getting to know him. That's why
Mm-hmm.
some Bibles say the word was a God instead of the
Mm-hmm.
word is or was God.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
why some people say Jesus is an angel. That's why some
Mm-hmm.
people say this and that, because those people are influenced by evil spirits that want to, basically downplay who Jesus is.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I think it is also. I think since they had to
All,
lower
all
his
that stuff come
status.
from the devil.
Yeah. Yeah, I think since they had to lower his status, since they seen the next angel up, they said we
Right.
can't have Jesus on the same level as this thing. Let's combine them together. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Right.
but I could see. I could see when I read Michael, I could see that being Jesus' position. But I mean, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? It's like to me that's if he to me a lot of people have different understandings about Jesus and things like that. But I'm just if you go according straight to the Bible, that's what I'm saying. Straight to the Bible. When you let these religions interpret this stuff, that's when the confusion and stuff come in.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah. So anyway,
But
what else? 55. What else was you? You said you want to talk about? It was something else. What else was you?
um oh yeah, what I believe now.
Okay.
Like the volume, this volume still sound like real low.
Uh,
But
huh.
what I believe now, can y'all can hear me good though, right?
Oh, y'all can hear you real good.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
sound
Okay.
good.
Okay. Yeah, but what I believe now, I still believe in God, but
Mhm.
I believe in God a little bit differently because all the lies the Watchtower was telling me, I found out they weren't true. Because I used to believe that. Like I used to believe that Jesus was Michael the archangel. I used to believe that when I was going to the hall and all that stuff. But
We
so
all
I said that's
did.
not true.
Yeah.
I used to uh I used to believe that Jesus was a created being and that he wasn't eternal. I used to believe that, but I don't know more, you know. So
Yes.
what I believe now, I believe that Jesus and Jehovah are not the same person, but I believe that they equal. I
Yes.
believe that Jesus wasn't created. I believe that he always existed.
Mhm.
So I do believe in the Trinity, but it's different versions of the Trinity.
Mhm.
It's different teachings of the Trinity. The version of the Trinity I believe in is that the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit are three separate individuals, but they're all
Mhm.
equal.
Mhm.
So they're all are equal God. That's what I believe in.
I just
That's what
say
I
that.
believe
I just
in.
say it like
So
this. Like I don't mean to cut you off, but I just say it like this. Like regardless of where you go, like you feel more. I'm gonna say free. You know what I'm saying? More understanding. It's not so much as a playbook. Like you actually are actually feeling it, versus it being like, okay, well, let me go to this particular or I have to go and see what this next watchtower, this information. It's something that's coming from mainly within, because I know that a lot of people that's in that kingdom hall, they have different perspective or different beliefs, but they're scared to actually share their
Mhm.
views because they have this fear of losing a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, because if your beliefs, if you in a hall and you express yourself
mm-hmm.
and your expressions don't match up with like the governing body or like Watchtower, you're gonna get expelled.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
You
it's
most
it's
Yep.
likely
just the
are.
bottom line. They're going to kick you out. That's just the bottom line. If you are baptized of a witness and you go in that hall and you say, I don't believe that Jesus is Michael the Archangel, you getting
Yeah,
this fellowship. You are.
yeah.
You
Mhm.
gonna get put out.
Yeah,
But you
and
see,
even
my
and
oh, go ahead.
even the crazier thing, even if you put your 2 cent on, you don't agree with an interpretation of a prophecy, they'll still spay, and then when they change it to what you said you agree with, they don't come back and apologize. So if I
Nope.
if I say I don't believe this not what I understand about the Bible, oh well, you pushing ahead. Okay, well I'm pushing
Mhm.
ahead, but I'm right. You guys are gonna agree with me one day, but then when they change, they're not gonna agree with you. They're not gonna
Right.
apologize to you.
Well, Jumanji, just like all those people that died, from not getting a blood transfusion. They didn't apologize to none of their families either.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
All those
Exactly.
little children and stuff like that. They no, but what they do is they amplify. They put them on a freaking watchtower to try
Right.
to, just
Oh yeah,
make
yeah.
basically like sacrifice. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
yeah.
I've done YouTube videos about that. They sit up there and it's like they're sacrificing it for Jehovah. Human
Hmm.
sacrifice. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying?
crazy.
Yeah,
That's
they like
exactly
they
what it
like
is.
that.
But
Yeah, they get down to
MKT,
that.
now hopefully we gotta hopefully we can do another video, y'all, where you can hear me, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I hear you
I'm a
good.
listener.
Okay.
I'll be quiet. Sometimes
Yeah,
people
no,
like,
no,
you hear
I
me?
hear.
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
hear you guys. I hear you
Hopefully
guys good.
hopefully we can do another video because it'll take time to get in more into this. But the occult, the occult is heavy in the Watchtower, man. Like you just said, and I'm glad you said that because it's hard to talk about this to certain people because if you talk about it, they'll think that you're crazy. But
No, no.
deep down, I think it's a very dark side to the Watchtower. Why are they refusing to take Jesus' blood in his body? Why are they rejecting Jesus? Why are they having these sacrifices where you can't accept the blood transfusion? That's leading to death. They doing stuff like that. They're rejecting Jesus Christ's blood in his body. What does that look like, man? Those are human sacrifices, man.
Well, I mean, you gotta think about it too. It's like in a way they kind of tell you that you're like lesser in a sense. A lot of other religions, and I'm thinking that like when I first came out, um, when I first got myself back into study and everything like that, when I got my wife, she's Episcopalian, and I mean that's the first time I ever partook. You know, um, and then it was just something that was just different about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, at first I was like scared. I mean, I'm just newly out. I'm into this new relationship. She told me, said, "Well, we're going to church." I'm like, "Okay, I might just go ahead and just go to church." You know what I'm saying?
Uh
Even though, like, I was in fellowship at the time, so I'm like, I'm just going to go ahead and just see how it is, see what they doing. And so then that's when, went up there and took communion and everything like that. And so then, it was like, I'm like, okay, this is it. Like,
Man,
I'm getting
did you feel
to
anything?
to be real with you, and I don't really, I'm real hesitant about who I get, who I share my views and everything. But yeah, in actuality, I felt like this. I felt freedom, in other words. You know what I'm saying? And that was because I broke some chains, because in my mind, I was thinking that I wasn't really worthy, so to say, to
Right.
to do something like. But then after a while, like I said, I engrossed myself into looking over scholarly works and and get really trying to understand, like, why do people need a religion? Why do they do this and why do they do that? And then after a while, it became more of like a custom. Like, this
Hmm.
is the custom that they're accustomed to doing. These are the things that this is how they show that they are worthy in the eyes of their God. Because in all thing I understand about Jehovah's Witnesses is that, okay, they want you to go out in service and look good in the eyes of Jehovah, but yet and still you're not worthy enough to partake the so-called blood of Jesus. You know what I'm saying? So then that's how I was kind of looking at it as, and then that's when, things just started just clicking. I'm like, okay, if I was ever to get myself into a religion, then it definitely will not be Jehovah's Witnesses. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, that's just how I look at it as. But as far as like me feeling, I think the answer what you want is, as far as me feeling like I was like feeling like better or anything like that, I didn't feel. I felt still like the same person, but I felt like I had more clarity. In other words, because I never partook before. Now,
Hmm.
let me say this: I do have a brother that has autism. One time, not one time, he still's my brother. But I do have a brother that has autism, and so then I think every memorial, my parents are making sure that he has something to eat, because they ain't want him eating the bread or taking a yeah, yeah. So I mean, when it comes to that part, but but yeah, but that's just about it. But I mean, it just gave me more clarity. Now, for someone else, then it
Yeah.
may be a little bit different, you know, you know.
Yeah. I was I was thinking about partaking if I ever went to another JW memorial. But I
Hmm.
started thinking about that, man. I started
Don't
thinking
you
I
do?
might as well not even
They'll
do
take the
that
cup from you.
because I might as well not even do that because I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
you sitting
yeah.
there in an organization who's telling you all these lies about who Jesus is. So why would you partake in that organization anyway, of the emblem? So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wouldn't even put my hand on that stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
Nah,
yeah.
but they take it
Yeah.
from you. Like if you go, I don't know how much you've been on YouTube, but like if you look at some memorial crashes, like look it up sometimes. Like some of them they'll
I was
have
looking at
them.
that today. I was watching Memorial Crash videos this morning.
Man, look,
Mhm.
look now. There's too much going on in the world, man. Like they'll tackle you, man. You know what I'm saying?
Body slam you,
Yeah,
do the elbow off the chair.
look, don't you better not do that, bro. Or else that go to freaking Food Line and get you some dark horse wine. Bring your own wine. Say, look, I got my cup.
Actually, the last memorial I went to, I actually did drink and eat it.
Mm.
That was years ago. They didn't take it from me. I didn't cause no scene, but yeah, I actually ate and drunk. Yeah, that was the last one I went to because before I left, I started to say, everybody going to heaven. We all part of the new covenant. I'm not agreeing with that. I'm still gonna go to the
Yeah,
hall, but I'm just gonna understand my understanding. But eventually I couldn't take it no more. But the last meeting I Maury went to, I did. I ate the bread and drank the wine. And the dude that passed it, he like, what do you do? You exhale when somebody like shock, like,
oh
yeah,
yeah,
he gasped, like, cause he knew me. Yeah. But he couldn't cause no scene. 'Cause I had my family with me. I had unbelieving family with me, so he couldn't cause a scene.
he couldn't do what he wanted to do, huh?
Yeah, he couldn't want me to do. He's
You
like,
know, me
oh
and my
man,
sister were thinking about doing that. Like me and my sister, we was like, cause she ain't never been baptized yet. And still, she like totally, she can, and that's the thing. It's so crazy. Like she can speak out to my mom. She can have religious debates with my mom, but I can't, cause I'm disfellowship. But she can. But she was like, Marv, let's go to memorial. Since mom wants me to go and wants you to go, and this, that, and the third. She's like, let's just go. Let's just go and let's partake. I'm like, you know what? I said
Right now,
we might do that one day.
yeah, I wouldn't even bother even for anybody thinking about that going to the memorial of Jehovah's Witness hall and partaking. I wouldn't even bother doing that because the
yeah,
whole talk,
yeah,
the whole talk that they're gonna be up there giving, it's all lies.
yeah, yeah,
And you sitting in a room in an organization
Yeah.
that tells lies about Jesus. So
yeah.
I wouldn't even want to. I wouldn't want to partake of the emblems in a situation like that. So what I'm gonna do, if I go to another memorial, I'm just not gonna touch nothing. If I go, look, look, look. I'm gonna tell you this. What I'm gonna do. This what I'm gonna do. If I go to another one, when they pass that stuff around, I'm gonna go outside. No, no, I'm for real. I'm gonna leave. I'm when they pray and pass the bread and the wine, I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna walk outside, and I'm gonna come back in when all that's over with. Cause I'm not finna stand there and reject Jesus Christ with you. I'm not doing that. I'm not finna
Mhm,
reject Jesus Christ with y'all. Like
Man,
mhm.
y'all want to condemn y'all soul, that's on you. I mean, but I'm
man,
not about to do it.
the only
Mhm.
reason why I go to Kingdom Halls now is that it's just for funerals. That's it. Cause I have a big family. 55. Like my granddad has 16 kids, and so
Yeah.
and it's split right in the middle. You've got JWs and you've got non-JWs, so-called apostates.
Okay.
And so then it's like and I mean my grandfather was back in like this is back in the the 60s. I'm talking about they was going to the hall. That's why I made that comment about them going to the Kingdom Hall. Yeah, go to a white Kingdom Hall and everything. Like, well, my mom been through that. Segregation within the organization and everything like that.
Yeah. We
So
we we was talking about that earlier.
yeah. So I mean, it's like my family has is deeply rooted into the Watchtower. Like my grandfather was very strict. Like imagine Joe Jackson, except without the music, is in the replace it with Watchtower. Like he was very. They had a comment at every single meetings and everything like that. But
Yeah.
my point is
Yeah.
that like a lot of people know of my family. So whenever just somebody dies, like I think last one was my grandfather's funeral, and then it's like people from even the elders that disfellowship me, they even show up there. And so then it's like, you know, I see that's the only time I see all of them. And a lot of them do speak to me, and some of them like they don't even recognize me, of course, because I mean I got my different hairstyle and everything like that. But it's just amazing to me how these people have been telling me that, oh, we're in the last minutes of this system of things. We have a few more minutes. We're in the last hours. We're in the last seconds. And then it's like more time is going on, and these people are getting older and they're just dying off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just, to
Exactly.
me, it's,
MKT.
yeah, it's kind of sad in a sense, you know.
It's just
It's kind
caused
of,
it's caused people to lose their life, man. Like that's why I'm glad. I'm so glad, man. I got out. I
yeah,
got out of
everybody
that.
says that.
Well, I still got some of my youth left. Youth left, you know,
Yeah, yeah,
because I know
yeah,
people. I seen people. I seen people get out of the Watchtower, MKT. I seen people wake up and they was like 60 or 70 years old, but they wasted their whole life on Watchtower.
yeah. This one brother, he told me,
I
this is
seen that, man, and you know what?
yeah.
That's sad. That's sad to see that.
It is because, like I was saying, this one brother within this Facebook group, it was an exjw open discussion. I mean, we talk about everything. You know, nobody's scared to, share everything, regardless of whatever religious beliefs that they have. Everybody share, everybody respects it. That's the whole thing of the group called open discussion. But anyway, sometimes we just like pour our emotions out, and I think he told me, he said, "Son," he said, "I am." And the reason I call you son, because I know you're old enough. I'm old enough to probably be your granddaddy, but still, he said, "I gave up a full scholarship, and now I'm 60 some years old." And he says, "And I gave up almost over half my life for Watchtower, but yet you're only 30 some." He was like, "I'm not trying to downplay how you feeling," but he said that I have more of it hits me even more because I gave up my whole entire life so much, you know, and now I'm
Yep.
at this age and I'm still having to work and stuff.
Yeah.
So man, it has really tore some people up big time. You know,
Yeah.
it's really tore some people because I mean they're told, like, again, like a generation that will never pass away. Even though they already gone and everything like that. I mean, so many lies, so many pushbacks. Pushing time back, trying to change
Right.
this doctrine on these people. They sitting there believing it because in actuality, it's all about survival. These
Right.
people are really trying to survive. And I think of a lot of times, like my family, they was talking, whenever they talk about this religious stuff, about watch Jehovah's Witnesses and everything like that, they start crying if somebody no longer wants to believe in it. And the reason why is because they believe this person actually going to die. That's
Right.
what they believe in. And like they're like God is really going to kill them, you know?
Right.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, it's
But
crazy, man.
I
Took your
mean,
time in your life.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
it's a waste
crazy.
of life, man.
Yeah,
Get
it
Yep.
is.
out.
Waste of life.
Yeah.
Get
And
out
I
of this
think,
cult. I got removed as an elder.
Hmm.
I got deleted as an elder just because I went to college.
It's crazy.
well,
Did they
really?
That's why I'm not an elder no more.
Oh,
That's what
okay. See,
made
I
me
didn't.
leave.
Mm.
Yeah.
I got deleted. I got deleted as an elder because I want to go back to college.
So they have a
Wow.
did they call how did they call you to the back room? How did that happen?
Yeah, they set up a whole judicial committee, and they was like, "You a bad example to the flock," so we decided to remove you as an elder.
Damn. And announced that whole thing over the kingdom hall, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah, what they say, you not an
I
elder no
wasn't
more?
fornicating. I wasn't smoking. I wasn't gambling. I'm
Yeah,
not married. I'm single, so I wasn't cheating on my wife. Like I
but
said, I
to the
wasn't
hall,
doing
but
none
to
of
the
that.
hall, but to the hall, you was the worst. Like you was out there pimping, you was out there selling drugs, selling crack rocks. You know what I'm saying? To the
Mm.
Yeah,
hall because they didn't say what happened, and you just went to college.
that's the only thing that happened, man.
Yeah,
I
crazy.
started going back to school full time, and they met with me like twice, and they said that we decided to delete you and remove you as an elder because you are a bad example because I was going to school.
But
That's
here's
literally
what I
that
don't.
that's literally all that's literally all that happened.
But here's what I don't understand. So why is it that, okay, they can go out in service and they can go to somebody's door? They may go to a door of a person that is a lawyer or somebody that has like a lot of money. So they get indoctrinated. They went to school. They, went to college, 4-year college, or have a doctor's degree. They come into organization. They become an elder. They're good now. But yet still, you can't go get yours. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? That's the stuff right
Well,
there that kind of just ticks me off. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't go
Yeah,
get yours. You
yeah,
yeah,
that's
know?
stupid. Yeah. So just get this fellowship, go get your college thing, and come back.
My brother
right.
told me to do that. My brother was like, you know what? My brother was like, you know what? Don't, because the only way to solve this situation is that, man, why don't you just go ahead, just cut your hair, just you get baptized. I said no. I said, you know what? Because I cannot. Stupidity bothers my pancreas, bothers other organs in my body. I can't do it. I can't sit.
Hmm.
I can't sit. I can't stomach myself to sit and just do that. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the whole reason why I'm in my position right now because I was being truthful, and they didn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like,
Yeah,
it is what
yeah.
it is.
That
Yeah,
that's some
You gotta
culture for
be
your
you gotta be
behind.
true to yourself, man. Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
gonna do
yeah.
all.
Like you got to.
Yeah, you're gonna do all that. Listen to them boring meetings, go on service, be hazed to become
Nah,
out.
I'm not
Nah,
about
yeah,
that's
to do
not worth
that.
it, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not about to do that. And Jamar, you know, get as much as I know, I can't do it.
yeah, yeah. You can't.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I'm the wrong.
yeah.
Like I think when we was at that funeral, my dad came out the car. He's like, you know, my dad he tells some jokes sometimes, but it's kind of like subliminal. He has some scissors, and he was like, "I'm gonna cut." I said, "No." I said, "No, you're not cutting my hair." I said, "What are you trying to do?" I said, you know, Jehovah loves
Cut your
Samson's
hair.
hair. Yeah, yeah, Jehovah loves Samson's hair. You know, you know what I'm saying? Hey, hold on,
Shit.
Jumanji. I'll be right back. Hold on a second.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead, man. Yeah.
yeah. But all I can just say is, do your research, everybody. You know,
Mhm.
research anything you in. If you in a Jehovah's Witness organization, research that. Use critical thinking. You know,
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Most
and
definitely.
don't let
You
anything. My advice to everybody is like, don't let nothing waste your life, man. Don't let
exactly.
nothing waste your life, man. All that stuff the
because you don't
watchtower
know what's
telling
on
you
the
is a
other
lie.
side.
It ain't about to be no paradise earth.
Mhm.
Not the way that they talk about anyway.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
all of the prophecies the watchtower talk about, none of that stuff is gonna happen. You know,
Mhm. Yeah.
the great
Hey, but let me
tribulation, all that stuff already. First of all, when it comes to watchtower teachings, a lot of the stuff that they teach and took out of context, like the great tribulation, all that other stuff they talk about, a lot of that stuff already happened. You know, this
Mhm.
generation, all that stuff already
Mhm.
happened.
Yeah, yeah.
That stuff happened back when Jesus was walking the earth and shortly after he died. All that stuff already
Mhm.
happened.
Yeah.
You know, this
Yeah.
generation, that was Jesus talking about the generation that he was living in.
Mhm. Yeah.
He was
But I
talking
mean, that's
about the generation that he was walking the earth on, not something
yeah,
that's
yeah,
started in 1914.
yeah,
How that make it? That
yeah.
don't
But I
even
mean,
make
yeah,
no sense.
exactly. But I mean, that's a
that,
great
don't,
hustle,
that don't
man. The
even make no
Bible.
sense.
Yeah, but I mean, that's how people use the Bible. They hustle. You know, everybody. It's
Right.
been so many people. It's so many people came throughout the world saying they Jesus, like saying they Jesus in the doggone flesh. I remember D. Hughley said, I seen Jesus come out of lens crafters. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's so many people that come back and say they Jesus. They use the Bible to make a parallel to their time. You know,
Right.
even in the 900s, the middle ages, the dark ages, whatever you call it, they always use the Bible to parallel to
well,
their time. And that's a
well,
great
you
hustle
know,
that
they
people
used to
use.
have that slave Bible. You know, that Bible
Mm-hmm.
that they took
Yeah.
scriptures out
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
they
Yeah.
took
Took
certain
scriptures
scriptures out
out.
just to make sure that the slaves be obedient and
Yeah, yeah,
everything. It
yeah.
wasn't a full text, in other words, but that's one
Mm-hmm.
thing that they did
Yeah.
use. So I mean, it's like anytime that you have something that is a spiritual text or something like that, like people are going to
Mm-hmm.
try to use that either for good or for
Right.
evil.
For their
You
Most
own
know?
definitely.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean that's
Yeah.
what they did, back
Yeah,
then.
but
You know,
you got to be very diabolical to sit there and wake up every morning knowing I got these people doing my bidding and it's not true. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't do that, man. My conscience would eat me up. You know?
well, I mean, if you
Right.
have a goal in mind, if you want to conquer a people, you want to
Yeah.
conquer somebody, you want to conquer land and resources, then you're going to
Mhm.
do by any means necessary. I'm not
Mhm.
advocating
Yeah.
for
Well,
it, but
I
that's
figure
just
these
how people
guys got
do.
to know.
Mhm. Yeah,
These
exactly.
governing body guys got to know that they're not telling the truth.
But
They got
they
to.
got look these people. You seen them watches? You
Yeah.
see the watches and them cars? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
But
Jumanji, even Daryl commented on that, man. You
oh
know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So
But I
these
mean,
people,
yeah,
yeah.
they have to know. But I mean, you don't think it's eating up at them? You think they don't? It's
These
not
these
eating up?
guys these guys got to know they're not telling the truth, man. Because
Yeah,
somebody
yeah. They
on
gotta
that
know.
level,
But I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like when they go to bed at night, that don't mess with they spirits. I mean, you look at their face, like you look at their face and see that they know, like they face. Look at their face, like if you look at their face, they don't have no happiness in their face. Their face looks dead.
It does.
They have to
It
It's
look
looks
like they
like
don't
dead.
have no expression or nothing, right?
Yeah, no
yeah.
expression at all, man. You know, no expression. Stephen A got bags on his eyes. Bag look like a dog. Somebody punched him with a doggone brick. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Put them with a
It,
dog
it,
over it. But you
it,
know,
it,
they have
his,
to look like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like they have to like this stuff is serious. Like look at this. I'm reading something today in one of the groups, and they talking about the destruction that Jehovah's going to bring. It's not going to be a quiet, or he's not basically like he's not going to be a sniper. And it's not. I'm just paraphrasing here. It's not going to be like a
sniper.
sniper. He's going to be like a B-42 or a jet that's going to come in and just carpet bomb everything. So
Yeah.
they're preaching death and destruction. So of course, like they're not gonna let that. I mean, it's very sinister, man.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I'm
it
saying?
is,
Like I
man.
don't know about y'all, but I used to have nightmares about freaking Armageddon and stuff like that.
Hmm.
You know, I don't know more because
Yeah,
I don't believe in that stuff.
I'd
But
have had
yeah, yeah.
nightmares about it, but it used to scare me because, like I said, I grew up in this religion.
mm-hmm,
Pretty much like you. Like I was around it when I was real little,
yeah,
and I used to be scared. I used to be scared of the publications when I was a little kid. It used to scare me because I was just
mm-hmm.
be like, why are we looking at this? I was just thinking in my mind, like, man,
Yeah, you
even as a
freaking see
kid, like
you see a dude look like Will Smith laying on the ground and stuff like that, man. Like
it was just like scary to me. Yeah.
yeah, that freaking
Yeah.
cat that was laying there, man. All dead. Like what the hell did that cat do, man?
Hey, they was that detailed. They was that doggone
You ain't
detailed
never
for the
seen the
cat.
cat. You ain't seen
I
what's
never
in the
seen the
cat.
cat. Damn, they put a cat, man.
I should have pulled that up, man. Yeah, he said
Hey,
the cat that was dead, man. Like
yeah,
what did he do?
and a cat get caught up. You know that was some damage because cats don't usually get caught up in anything. Even they, now dog might be different, but there they put a cat in the street.
Man, the doggone cat that was laying there, man, doing
Yeah,
already dead. Like what did he do? He fornicated or
I
something like
know.
that.
Yeah, what do you
Yeah.
do, man?
Or he was
Shit.
a homosexual animal, but you know,
But
but
I
look,
think y'all,
I ain't gonna get into that.
but I think that the governing body is controlled by the devil directly, and like they don't have no choice but to do this, or they are in the occult and they're doing this on purpose. But I think it's either one of the two, man. That's my opinion. That's my
If
opinion. I think it's that deep.
Huh.
you ask
Interesting.
me, I think it's just like these people they got money. I mean,
Mhm.
they can just get up and just tell any kind of lies they want to. And I
Yeah.
mean, they don't necessarily even have to really believe in it, you know, because they got, think about it, they got all these people, almost 8 million, we think now. Um, all these people that's just blindly following, they believe in it. So, I mean, the work is already done. They just got the money coming in. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like they just
But
sitting up
it's
there just,
like
just cool,
somebody. I mean,
cooling.
it's easy. It's easy to
Yeah.
find the truth.
Yep. I agree.
It's
I agree.
easy. It's easy to find the truth. So somebody who been around this organization we talking about for decades, because those men have. These men have been around the Bible and this organization for decades. Somebody like that, you know, it's it's should be easy at some point to see that what we're talking about ain't according to the Bible. So that's what I think.
Yeah.
They know that, and the
Yeah. Yeah. I
reason
think
why
they
I
know.
say that it's a sinister reason why they doing that, like the occult or something more, is because they got to know it's not true. So why are they doing it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Yeah. So
That
we're
that's
gonna
my point.
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, you wanna try another video next week?
Yeah.
We try another one. We're gonna talk about the occult and kind of wrap it up a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, kind of.
let's do like one more, at least one more.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. We'll do one more and then yeah, probably have MKT on too.
Yeah, me and
Yeah,
you ain't never did
MKT,
a
come back
me and
on the
you.
next one.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
get them
okay.
on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me and Jumanji, me and you ain't never did a one-on-one before, so you
Oh
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
We had to.
we never did. I never did appear on your
Yeah,
channel,
yeah,
so you can put me in the hot seat. You
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying? I'm just
We'll
kidding.
try. Yeah, yeah. No, no. We haven't, and I haven't. Yeah, I haven't did a video in a while. So yeah, yeah. We'll get to that. And yeah, we'll try to wrap it up next week. But yeah, yeah. I want to close out. Go ahead, close out 55. What you want to close out on? Any to witnesses,
Uh,
non-witnesses, governing body.
Got something to say to Tony
yeah.
Morris?
Rutherford, he's listening from heaven. Be careful what you say. He might, what I'm saying, he got to judge you at the end. So be careful what you say to Rutherford.
Rutherford. Nah, he had the liquor store in Hill.
Oh yeah, damn. That's the wrong thing to buy in hell. You got alcohol and fire.
Oh man.
Hold up, Charles Taze Russell is over there in the Egyptian hell right now because he
Oh he,
stole some of the text. He
hey
stole
now
he stole some text in that.
hey now he came out the grave and walked to the doggone pyramids and buried himself in the pyramids. Go to the pyramids.
Oh my lord,
The
man.
judgment scene, man. The judgment scene. The
Yeah.
crocodile got his behind, man.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So what do you got to say? 55.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna say, man, to everybody in the comment section, I'm gonna say good night. But I'm just gonna say this in conclusion, man. Research everything. Don't let nothing control your life or take your life, because the Watchtower is an organization that it steals people's lives and it ruins people's lives. So just don't let it do that to you, and that will happen to you if you stay in it. That's just the bottom line.
Yeah, yeah.
You
Exactly.
know.
But yeah,
The next
I
time
feel
we
you,
talk,
man.
I want to go in depth about my experiences as an elder again, and
Okay. Yeah,
talk
yeah.
about maybe some of the occult ties of the Watchtower that a lot of people don't know about. See, it's the reason too. It's a reason too why they always tell their members not to go to school. Like I seen them have whole broadcasts and magazines about not going to school. They don't want you to go to school for this reason. I'm gonna tell you right now. The reason why they don't want you pursuing higher education is because higher education forces you to use critical thinking. They don't want people to develop the habit of critical thinking. Because once you develop a habit of critical thinking, and once you develop a habit of studying and analyzing stuff, which is what you do when you go to college, you're gonna start doing that with everything. You're gonna be like, hold on,
Yeah.
let me start analyzing Watchtower. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, this ain't
Hmm.
adding up. I thought y'all said the governing body was the faithful slave was appointed in 1918. Now y'all changing who the faithful slave is to this. Now, like, okay, hold on,
Hmm.
like, all the stuff ain't adding up. See, they don't want you to develop critical thinking, which is something that's developed when you go to college.
Especially those religious courses that you can take,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, oh,
like
they definitely.
philosophy and all that.
If you take that, it's really over with. If you take that, they know you're gonna leave
It's a wrap.
because
It's
that's what
hard.
I did. That's what I did when I'm in college now. I go to school
Mhm.
now. When I started going to school, I took some religious classes.
Mhm.
Hmm.
That's how I know. That's how I know. That's part of what one of the reasons why I know what I know is because of some of the religious classes I took, where I was able to see different Bibles, where I was able to read the actual Bible that wasn't Watchtower, tampered with. I was
Hmm.
able to see, and look at Bibles that weren't corrupted by, the governing body. And I
Hmm.
was like, this ain't what the Watchtower say. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? This ain't adding up. So I started looking. I started seeing the real truth, and then the Watchtower. The Watchtower say that Jerusalem was destroyed in 607 BCE.
Mhm.
That didn't happen.
I'm
That
sorry.
didn't
Oh,
happen.
yeah, it didn't.
Yeah,
Jerusalem was
yeah.
No.
destroyed in
Yeah.
586 BCE.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
They
yeah.
used to believe that, but they changed it. They used to
Yeah,
have that,
yeah.
but they it didn't. They figure out that it was like, oh snap, we messed up. You
Yeah,
Right.
know.
yeah.
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 Have you
Yeah,
ever
Right.
read?
facts.
But see,
Yeah.
that's what I'm
My bad.
saying. They don't want you to go to school because when you go to school, you're
Mhm.
gonna start learning stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
They don't want you to be smarter than a faithful slave. You can't be
Right.
smarter than them. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. But what day y'all want to get back on?
I'm trying for Sunday again, man.
Okay.
I won't be
Yeah,
able to
you want
go
to try
back
for
on, but I
Sunday?
got tune in though because I'm going. I'm
Okay.
starting back to work. My little vacation is done with. Foot is healed
Oh,
up,
okay.
so yeah, yeah. But I was gonna ask you real quick. Have you ever like what's your view about like Bible scholars?
My view of
55.
Bible
Yeah,
scholars?
has it changed since leaving the Watchtower? Because I know that I was always
No.
conditioned to. It hasn't really changed. Like, do you think they have some type of like agenda about them, or they're, because I mean, they kind of paint to me. It's kind of like painting like Bible scholars are like some of the most evilest people on the planet.
No, I mean it's something I put it like this, man. I trust some Bibles. I don't trust it. I don't read I don't read the New World Translation no more. I don't trust that Bible no more.
No, I mean scholars, like people that have like
Oh
devoted, and I
yeah,
understand.
some
Yeah,
of them I trust. Yeah, no, I
yeah.
think I I I mean I think the King James Version Bible is the most accurate Bible. That's
Hmm.
like the Bible that I think is the most authentic. That's my. I mean, nobody has to agree with me, but that's my in
No,
my
no.
opinion and from
Yeah,
what I know, I think the King James Version is the most accurate Bible. So that's the
yeah.
one. That's the one that I read whenever I'm
I
using for a
got you.
study.
I
Yeah.
Yeah.
got you. Yeah.
All
Okay,
right.
but you know
Cool.
what I'm saying? Like maybe, maybe Jumanji, if you maybe well, I don't know. I don't know. But what I was about to say was I I don't tell people what to believe, and I don't tell it's not my right to, because that's putting myself in another cult. That's cult mentality. But what I
Right.
always try to do is to get people to see different avenues, see that see where I come from and where my perspective takes me. And so then I like to look at, and this once again, this is just me. I'm not trying to tell you that you're wrong, because I could be dead wrong. I'm not perfect. I'm not a governing body. I have no type of agenda, nothing like that. Just want to put that out there. Trying to
Okay.
clean it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I would say that it would be the Ethiopian Bible, because instead of just 66 books, it has 81. Now I do know that sometimes that people, we're conditioned to think that anything else is that wasn't inspired. But then too, we have to think that who wrote that in there. And I know that one of the scholars one of the people that wrote that was Desiderius Erasmus. He's the one that translated I think it was the scripture in Second Timothy. So, and it didn't even say which God it said it was inspired by, I think, something by a God. I don't really have it in front of me right now, but it didn't really designate which God said that. No, he said he felt inspired. That's where
Now,
that's what
what's the name of that Bible? It's just called the Ethiopian Bible.
the Ethiopian Bible is 800 years older than the King James Bible. It has 88 to 81 books. That's what it says. That's what if you look it up,
Hmm.
that's what it says. But
I've never heard that. I've never heard of that Bible or seen it.
yeah, look it up. Look it up sometime, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
just take a look at it. But like I said, like,
Yeah.
I just when I reason why about like Bible scholars, because I think what I was going to say was because sometimes I have a traffic jam of thoughts sometimes. But Bart Ehrman, he's a good scholar to look up, because one of the biggest things is trying to figure out who Jesus was, or who this person. Look, there's a lot of controversy behind who Jesus is, or how do you fit him in history, because I think it was one book that I have a Bible dictionary, and it said in there that there's no type of contemporary sources there that validates the Jesus of the Bible. But yet and still, Bart Ehrman, what he's able to do is he's able to find out who Jesus actually was. And what his argument is that Jesus was just a teacher in Palestine. Doesn't mean to take away or try to undermine anyone's beliefs, but basically it's like trying to put this person in history, trying to find him in history, I should say. Bart Ehrman, he's a real good scholar for that. So I
Yeah.
encourage everybody to take his works, take a gander at his works, because I mean that's what really cleared a lot of things up, a lot of questions that I had and everything like that.
Hmm.
So hope you understand what I was saying. you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So good.
What happened?
Hello.
Yeah, Jumanji went off.
Y'all still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Oh, okay.
All
Well, I'm about
right.
to
Yeah.
say,
Hold on
man,
for a minute.
you got
Yeah.
cut off.
Yeah. 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 No, I'm just gonna close it out, man. But I thank y'all for coming out. Yeah, that's good stuff, man. Yeah, we'll try again next week, man. And Southern Boss Lady wanted to. King of Faders coming in late. And King Faded, man. I now know you black, man. You coming in at the end of the thing, yeah, but man, Southern Boss Lady wanted us to pray, man. And so on that note, I will pray in Jesus' name. Y'all have a good night, man. I'm out.
Okay. Good night, y'all.
Peace.
All right, Jim.
All right.